It's all good. Yeah, I'm looking at everything, man. Yeah, hit the like button as y'all come in. I see some of y'all joining.
Come on, get the likes up.
Yeah, definitely, man. Hey, y'all really did us wrong on the likes on the last Friday because
and I can't even believe it.
So when we got finished, I looked and we had over 3,000 views right after the live.
Right after the live. Right
you
after
know how many likes we had?
I didn't look at the likes until the next day, but how many
How many likes we had?
300.
Out of 3,000.
Oh no, 10%?
10%.
Is that quick math?
Yeah, don't do quick math, dog.
Was that 10 or 20? It's 10%, right?
You did good, Chris.
No, you good. You good,
right?
Bro.
It was 10%.
You did, Chris.
Yeah,
you did good.
Yeah. You take one out, man. You're off, move the decimal to the side. Yeah. 10%.
I see you on your fingers. I see you on
Yeah, man. Hey, don't do us like that to y'all today, y'all. As soon as you come in, hit the like button, man. For
it's
real.
The doorbell, bro. It's the doorbell.
That's like wiping your feet. Yeah, that's like no, that's like wiping your feet. Forget the doorbell.
That's true.
That's like wiping your feet because it's like, I don't know, man. Like it's disrespectful not to wipe your feet coming to somebody's house, man. I preferably you take your shoes off, but I learned that in Japan.
A mudslide.
Not if your feet look like Chris's. You keep your shoes on,
please.
That's what he said.
Hey, I will show them things on live.
Don't do it. Don't do that. Before y'all got here, Dominque and Britne, probably last year, there was a dude that requested that he sing. I don't know if it was Jay or Chris. They didn't say it.
He was talking to Jay. He was talking.
They was talking to Jay. Requested. He said, "Oh man, please let me see Big Man's feet. I
what?
pay $200. Yeah.
Oh my God.
He was talking to Jay.
Some scary stuff happening here.
Yo, YouTube is a wild place. That's what I learned by doing podcasts. YouTube
is a wild, scary place.
It's a wild.
Block him, man. He was, he sent about 4 messages, man. He said, "I'll pay to see Big Man's feet, please."
Oh my God, disgusting.
Jay, we need the money.
You gonna put Jay on the blade?
So he's a foot model now.
Yeah, OnlyFans, all on there.
OnlyFans.
Jay on Figueroa right now.
Not Figueroa.
I don't Figueroa.
It go down on Figueroa.
Not on Figueroa.
That's not right.
Hey man, somebody get that man Jason Birkenstocks to show off that product.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and shout out our members, man. Because we got so many of y'all that's supporting us, man. We appreciate it, man. But we'll shout y'all out, man, because that's what we try to do before every show.
That's right. Shout out to Man Down Sports members. We're so lucky to have you guys. Let me just pull up that list.
She sounds like she announcing for church. First man down First Baptist.
Good though. It was
good.
good.
My gosh, it's just this. I don't know why, but this photo is so blurry.
Yourselves accordingly.
Y'all leave her voice alone. I like her voice.
Hallelujah.
She got the she got the voice when you on the front of the plane. They're going through the safety brief.
You know what, Chris? I want you to take over.
Yeah,
no. Do your segment.
And hold the list of members in your feet and put them on camera. Put your feet on like this.
Like this.
Yeah.
Take your time, sister. Take your time.
That's your feet right here. I want your feet to hold the list.
All right. Let
the Lord work through you, sister. Let the Lord work through you.
Let him use you. Let him use you.
Yes.
I want to shout out Right Hand Cam, okay? Shout out to you, brother. Demetrius Day, Mikey Brass, Taco Master, my guy Taco. It's not that serious. Thank you so much for those super chats. It's not that serious. Come through in the clutch. Daniel Berry Sports. Zerai Lion, James Reed, Beast Mode Bones, 33 Shug, Cedric Franklin, The Real Mr. Cropper, Ida Tomlinson, E. King, Steve Calbert, The Dejoka, Scott Mayweather, Unspoken Voices, 6'4 Slim, Keith Brazel, Savon Arnold, Ryan Walters, Jay Barrett, WW, my girl Shay J, R. Bean, Jeffrey Guyett, Shy Rider Westsider, A. Harkins, Michael Tofia, Wizman Ballin, and Malachi Israel. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. You really just play a huge role in helping our channel just continue so that we can bring you guys this amazing content. Thank you.
Hey, man, I can read too, man.
But that was good though. I feel like I need to fasten my seatbelt and prepare for landing.
He not the best speller in the comments. Go back.
I was going to say the same thing, Corey.
Yeah.
That man went to Male University of Texting.
We can't stand you guys. Just
What up, big dog?
What's popping?
Hey, Big Papa with the bass. What's happening, man?
I'll
With
roast
the
him.
bass, man.
I'm sitting back here watching. Don't
Jay,
get me to start roasting.
Jay, tell us about this dude in your feet.
Nah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know nothing about no dude. He was talking about Chris feet.
That man was talking about you, Jay.
That man said, "Oh, don't stop talking. I'm sitting here with peanut butter and my dog, and he's going to town. Just keep talking, big man. Please show me."
Am I crazy? What up?
You don't remember that song? He said, "I gotta draw peanut butter and my dog, and he's going to town."
Nah, he definitely said that, but he was talking about Chris, yo.
He said, "I remember about me." Big man, please show me your feet, which is crazy. Big man,
he was not talking about me.
He asked politely. If you don't mind, show me your feet.
Somebody just said I got Shaq feet. Nah,
yeah. What my guy at Simply Ball dropping, man. Salute to Simply Ball dropping with his material and his content that he's creating over there on Simply Ball Dropping podcast, man. Y'all go be a part of that as well. Right now they heavy into the WNBA finals, so right after the game, they'll be live right after the game, man. So if y'all want to go join them or join that panel, real good conversation over there, and give him a sub as well. I appreciate him and his support. Yeah, for sure. KSAP. All right, man. We got a couple of things that happened in the news too as well.
Definitely. Since you're talking about WNBA, I might as well talk about unrivaled. Nafisa Collie and Brianna Stewart starting. It's already started, but the game start playing in January, I believe. A 3-on-3 women's basketball league, kind of giving them girls an alternative to always going overseas and have to get some chicken. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be in Miami. I think January 17th, first game. It's going to be 30 of the best. We know 26 of the players, but it's going to be a total of 30 players. They're going to play 3-on-3. They're going to play 1-on-1, and it's going to be full court. The court is a little bit smaller than the NBA court. But, yeah, man, they started that league. That salute to them. The biggest news about that, though, is they got a media rights deal with TNT to televise all of their games, which would be about 45. 45 games, I think 3 nights a week, Monday and Friday are going to be on TNT, Saturday games on True TV, and all of the games getting streamed on Max too. So, you know, for them
That's
to
crazy.
have, so I can
How
only
they pull it off?
I don't know. I'm imagining what those numbers look like because they hadn't released them because I checked, but I can imagine. Not only that, but the TNT is also investing an undisclosed amount into Unrivaled.
Name the last thing you watched on TNT that wasn't basketball.
Baseball.
That's exactly why they got into that.
In the heat of the night.
That's still coming.
No, that was 100 years ago.
Yeah, I was about to say, man.
That's the last thing I remember.
Dang.
Other than basketball, but the good thing though is, for one, this league pays more, probably because they got a big media deal, so it pays the girls more. And if it pays them more, that means, like you said, they don't have to go overseas in the summertime. And I think that's good for the WNBA, because I was thinking at first that it was bad for the WNBA because these girls might play in this league and get hurt and not be available for their own ball clubs the next season. But they could do that playing overseas as well. You know what I mean? So you get to keep your girls here, and then you keep that money. I don't know, keep that money domestic. I guess it's a win-win for the WNBA and the girls that play in it. So
I think you're onto something with that, Mel. But I think it's giving ABA vibes. So, you know, they're making more money, right? So it was the same thing, just like the ABA. So players went there to make more money and they didn't play in the NBA. I'm not saying these ladies aren't going to play WNBA, but it could put some pressure for some bigger contracts because, you know, and they might wind up eliminating the league if they get those contracts.
Nah, that CBA coming up. They'll fix them contracts with the next CBA.
Aren't they also getting like potential ownership into like the ball clubs and stuff like that?
I think if you're playing in it, they are.
The new CBA is offering them much more things, but some of the players are calling cap. So
no, he's talking about the 3-on-3 league. The 3-on-3
Oh,
league, they got ownership in
Yeah,
that.
so
Yeah,
that's what I'm
ownership
trying to say.
shares.
I think like Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart, they're the two driving it. I think that it's going to put some pressure on the WNBA to up those contracts even beyond what they're trying to do right now.
If Dominique don't stop saying the French version of that girl's name, like it's Jessie Smollett, it's Collier.
What do you want me to call her?
Nafessa Collier.
But that's not how you say
It's
her
not?
first or last name.
Nafisa Collier.
Nafisa, Queen Fee.
Yeah. Yeah, they call her Fee.
Yeah, Big
They call
Fee.
it color Fee.
Honestly, I don't know if it's Collier or Collier. I've just heard both. So I just say both.
Collier
at will.
sound better than
I
me.
have no idea.
Collier.
Fancier.
It's like saying Tarjay though.
All I know is that if you don't stop calling Elle Duncan Ella Duncan, I'm gonna lose it.
Well,
And if
fact.
you don't start
Super
saying
fact.
I
Sabrina
read it the way
Ionescu,
I pronounce it the way it's spelled.
No,
It's
that's
Ella
not
Duncan.
Ella.
It's Target.
where's the A?
It's
Okay,
Lewis
hold on.
Booten.
Hold on, Mel. I got a question for you. How do you pronounce the word that's spelled B-E-L-L-E?
Belle.
Yes.
Ballet.
He is silent, dog.
Hey, I don't
Yes,
know what comment that was earlier about Dominique being the best reader, but
Okay, you might be
know
right.
that Mel ain't.
Clearly, belly. Yeah.
Belly.
Ballet. All right, go
What's
ahead.
that,
Zama.
No, he went to public school.
Belly.
Oh, one more note that I had before about that I think that also opens up the chance for them to incorporate the women into All-Star Weekend, because if that goes into January, All-Star Weekend is early in February. He said about 45 games, so that might keep them fresh to be able to include them in the NBA All-Star Weekend as well. Yep.
Makes sense. That makes sense. Now I am wondering who the last four. I mean, it's all of the names that you would think of. Caitlin Clark has not committed to that yet. I don't know if they're gonna, but they did suggest that some rookies was gonna be involved. They got 26 of the 30 players that's gonna be in there. But yeah, it remains to be seen. But I'm happy that they got that bag from TNT.
Got that chicken.
Do you think Caitlin Clark is going to do it?
No.
I don't think
I
so
don't
either.
think so neither.
No, yeah, Nike won't let her. Plus, she get exposed out there. It's 3-on-3. It's too much space. She gotta play D. No,
Yeah.
Well, just so you guys know, Asia Wilson's not competing either.
Yeah,
I wouldn't either if I was her. That's just
Well,
like Jordan
it seems
competing.
like every single time that Caitlin Clark isn't going to do something, she decides I'm not doing it either. That's been the pattern this season, basically.
Mm,
I wonder if they open it up to the college athletes.
yeah, we got
That would be cool.
That
Let-
would be cool. Let the last four be some let Juju rock in there.
Juju Page, Van Lift.
I would like.
Yeah.
I would like to see
Hey,
Paige.
hey, represent USC, baby.
Oh yeah, yo,
I think what it should be is every team has one college player.
And I don't even watch college female basketball
That'd be
like
dope.
that. But I just
That would be dope. One each team has one college player.
yeah.
That would
What
be
else, Ezzo?
Last thing. Shout out to LeBron. I don't know if y'all know, but he definitely has a cool collaboration. I probably won't be drinking it because I haven't drank this in so long because I used to drink it too much. But with Hennessy, partnership. It's Hennessy limited edition by LeBron James. It's a gift box, a bottle. It's the VSOP supposedly version, and it just hit shelves September 30th. And a lot of people was happy about it. None happier than Draymond Green, who said,
oh man,
ending my day.
That's a big pause.
King inside me.
And King is in all caps too.
All I'm going to say is read my hat, pray more, because that's what we need right now.
Jeez.
Oh my God.
Ending my day with the King inside me.
I think they call Hennessy the king of cognac.
Oh, jeez.
I don't even think Bathsheba uttered those words.
And she was out here.
It definitely don't sound right.
I think Hennessy is the king of cognac.
Oh, so that's what
that's how they advertising it, but damn.
That didn't sound like that. Didn't sound
right, dog.
Yeah, that was.
That ain't a good look.
And if you want to be honest, I don't think that's the king of cognac.
No.
Is that why
That's
Draymond be tripping? You don't be getting inside.
I think that's why he be glazing. I think once you
Say-
submit to a man like that, the glazing just like when ever since Draymond signed the clutch and they started getting him that money, his behavior just been weird toward LeBron, man. Like real super weird. Like the type of behavior that Meek Mills had with Sean Combs. And I was like, man, there's something weird about that relationship, man. What is exactly going on? I'm trying to figure out if LeBron learned some of the ways of Clyde Davis and Sean Puff P. Diddy love Combs.
Are we gonna talk about that right now?
I'm not. No, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just saying, like,
can you finish your news segment, man, so we can get out by 7 o'clock?
Because this is about to be something different.
Just so you guys know, like LeBron. So it's been the rumor is that LeBron would have parties where you had to sign an NDA. And that's why there's never been any stories about him with other women and so on. And I'm not saying that he is with other women. I'm just saying that that's the rumor that he had, that Rich Paul would have those NDAs.
Not my king.
We've been working.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it, Eric. I'm just saying what the rumor is.
I don't believe it is. Not my king.
I don't believe he was at the Diddy parties either. I don't think that's true.
LeBron would never. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say about that.
It itself ain't no.
That's all I got to say about that.
Never get
first of all, if I go to
baby.
any party and I got to sign an NDA, I
Never
won't
get
be at that
caught.
party.
Yeah, because what do y'all got going on that I can't tell?
What do you got going on? That I can't say nothing about?
Why I can't talk about
Apparently, to enter LeBron's party, you would have to have your phone collected and sign an NDA.
I'm gonna do that this Halloween when I
don't
pass
need
out
to
candy.
enter that party.
I'm gonna have NDAs for people to sign before they take the candy. They were like, why I need an NDA for this?
The boys will be at your door before 6 o'clock.
Put Molly all in her.
I need to sign anything and I can't have my phone. I don't need to be there.
Yeah.
Oh man! All right, man.
I ain't have my phone, but that's all I got for news.
Well, we want to start with this first topic, but I'm looking at the likes, and we got 142 on Man Down's page and only 54 likes. We need at least 100, y'all.
I know. Let's get that hunt done.
That's too easy for y'all to hit that like button. Y'all cheated us last week, man.
Yeah,
I feel cheated.
Yeah, don't do us like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know,
y'all
likes
enjoy the content. Just hit the like button. It's free.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. Y'all help us get to these likes in like the next 2 minutes, or these dogs is getting put on camera.
No, don't do that, Chris. No, we ain't never doing it. YouTube will shut us down.
Yeah,
YouTube will definitely shut us down.
Please.
And my work boots be tearing my joints up too.
Bro, don't ever threaten to put your feet.
Thanks for sharing, bro.
Yeah,
Don't even
seriously, we was joking. We really don't want to see them
really don't want
things,
to
man.
see that. We just
Don't worry, y'all never see them. I wear socks everywhere, man.
Oh, you ain't got worried, dog. We would never ask you to that.
Socks are like pillowcases.
Yeah, we would never ask you that. Don't worry about it.
I do need a pedicure.
I know I'm not the only one that heard that. I know I'm not the only one that heard.
Yeah, we don't want that for you.
What?
What happened?
Never mind,
Max
y'all ain't
Crafty,
heard
what's up, my dog, man? What's good, Max Crafty? Hey, that unit still holding strong, big dog.
This man
That's my
said
dude,
socks
man.
look like pillowcases. Who you think said it? One guess.
Oh my God.
Worldwide Wall.
Exactly.
Corey look like he down there studying for the SATs, man. I ain't seen his eyes the whole show, man.
I'm not trying to get involved in this conversation.
Hey, Corey.
Chris Sock.
Yeah.
Look, that ain't nothing I want to talk about, dog.
Nah, bro. That's
No,
all-
he said,
I'm reading the comments.
we got E slogan now though. I'm gonna use it. I'm not getting in that car.
I'm not getting in that car, dog.
All right, y'all ready to go?
Let's go.
Good.
All right, we ain't hit 100 yet, but I trust y'all. Y'all jumped us up to 70. You know what I mean? But we still need to get up to 100. But all right, so Michael Cooper was on Byron Scott's podcast. I think it's called Fast Break. You know, they old teammates. I think Michael Cooper was the vet though. Then they had a lot of conversation. That was good. Now, originally when I heard this, Michael Cooper, said some good things about Kobe. And I'm gonna play that for you. But then he started getting into his Lakers top 5, and he was saying the names, and I was like, oh man, it's taking a long time for him to get to Kobe. And when he got to Kobe, he was like, Kobe and Shaq is like 5A or 5 and 5A. And I was like, man, I think that's kind of slighting Kobe a little bit. But I'll let you hear him explain it. But before we even get to what he said, this episode is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog Fantasy is the best place to play fantasy sports. I want to tell you about the easiest way to get in on some NBA action with Underdog Fantasy and their pick'em game. Just find your favorite player, or any player for that matter, pick higher or lower on that player's stats, and you can win up to 20 times your money in one night. Pick between 2 or 5 players to fill your pick'em entry. Get every pick right, and you can net yourself some serious cash. Use the promo code Man Down Sports and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Plus, now that it's football season, you can follow Man Down Sports as we reveal our favorite picks from week to week. Like I said before, pick your favorite player, pick higher or lower, choose your dollar amount, and win some money. It's just that easy. Make picks, win money. We also want to thank Underdog Fantasy for partnering with us, and we want to thank you for helping the channel out by using Man Down Sports on Underdog Fantasy. All right, so here's Michael Cooper on Brian Scott's podcast.
Well, my favorite Kobe Bryant story is for all you people out there that heard Kobe kick my ass real good. He did not. He just kicked my ass. It wasn't real good. But see, you got to remember, I was 40 years old going against an 19-year-old kid. Yeah. But you know what? The one thing that I really, really appreciated, and I think we all saw at that workout, is that Jerry had certain points on the court at the elbow, pick and roll, down the low block. And he, off the dribble, he was telling Kobe, okay, get to that spot. You got to get to that spot. And my job was to keep him away from that spot. And if a 19-year-old kid, the one thing that I was impressed with was his physical strength.
Yeah.
And just his ability to be able to get to that spot. He didn't get near the spot. He didn't get close to the spot. He got to his spot. Now, he didn't hit every shot, but that is something very, very unique and special for a young kid that hadn't played in the NBA, and you're going through a professional workout to do that. Yeah. A lot of people would, not that I'm Michael Cooper scary, but I knew what I was doing out there to bump him off and to get close and shoot a fall away. Kobe didn't do all that. He got to his spot. And that was the one thing that impressed Jerry as well as Dale Harris and all the powers to be that were there watching that day. Every time he was supposed to do something, he got to where he was supposed to go. Did he hit the shot all the time? No, but he got there. And that's the part of being a unique NBA player. The great ones get to where they're supposed to. Like Kareem, he's going to get to where he's supposed to score. Michael Jordan's going to get to where they're supposed to so they get the best shot. And that was the one thing that was really awe-inspiring to me about Kobe.
Now, Kobe made some all-defensive teams. Did he ever come to you and ask you for insights?
Kobe asked me one time how to defend somebody because I was working there with the footwork, and that was it. But you know what? It doesn't take a lot to be a good defensive player. It takes the will to be a defensive player, and that's what it is. And Kobe wanted. My wish for Kobe when he was a player, for him to have won a Defensive Player of the Year award. I think he was good enough to do that. Michael Jordan did it, but he and to make as many defensive teams. But you know what? When you got the ability of Kobe, you ain't thinking about that. Yeah. He goes back to what Bob McAdoo say. My offense is my defense. Because if you score on me, I'm definitely gonna score back on you. But that was the fun part about watching Kobe's progression as he got better.
All right. So the first part of that, before we get to the top 5. What's your thoughts? Michael Cooper, what he said, Kobe defensively. Kobe, I think he said 19, but if he was talking about pre-draft, Kobe was 17 at the time.
17 years old.
So this is a 17-year-old kid that's getting instructions from Jerry West, playing against one of the best defenders, even though he was 40, but one of the best defenders in NBA history. And he said Kobe had no problem getting to his spot, rising up and pulling up for a jump shot. Not out of control, not off balance, and none of that. Just very fundamentally sound as a 17-year-old against an NBA vet, right? Your thoughts on what he said about Kobe at 17 and Kobe as a defender?
It sounds like Kobe. You know what I mean? Like, we all knew he was super athletic when he came into the NBA. It didn't start off maybe the way that LeBron James started off, right? He didn't have that type of hype, but he was still, it was Kobe. You know what I mean? He was a good defender. His shot wasn't that great when he started, but he could get to the hole. But all that stuff came later in time. Like, that sounds pretty admirable of him to say. I mean, he didn't have to say that, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much sound like he was talking about Kobe.
I will say this. I think the reason Kobe developed so quickly and became the type of player he was, if you didn't know this, if you ever looked at, did a lot of research on Kobe, Kobe was actually obsessed with basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He had a different type of love for it. It was something that he, even when he couldn't play, and I think when he pulled his ACL or something like that, he thought about it all the time. He called Michael Jordan over and over again in the middle of the night, working on shots. He turned the lights on in the gym and he turned the lights off in the gym. He was obsessed with playing the sport. So his greatness really doesn't surprise me. I think people are just really coming out now and really giving him his props, but he was always obsessed with basketball, and that's how you see him become who he became.
Yeah, I mean, the area I'm from the Philadelphia, South Jersey area. Is y'all hear echo?
Yeah, it's echo.
Is that me? Y'all still hear it?
It's gone now.
It's gone now.
Okay.
You did good.
But the Philadelphia area that I'm from, that's all you heard about growing up, especially if you play basketball. And if you're familiar with Sonny Hill. I said Sonny Liston. Sonny Hill had a known basketball league in Philadelphia, and Kobe used to play in that league. So he worked from the time of that age, 14, 15, 16 years old, training with players. It was a high level basketball here in Philadelphia, where a lot of known athletes who did go to the NBA played in this league. So all you heard about was how hard he works. Actually, he considered Sonny Hill his grandfather, his godfather.
Mm-hmm.
So he's worked extremely hard from the time he was a kid. I mean, we've heard it prior to that when his dad used to play in Italy. So this is nothing new. At least it shouldn't be anything new to any of us. But that's just his mentality to be the best, and it's always been that way.
The only thing that I learned from listening to Mr. Cooper talk, I didn't know that he had a worse handle on the English language than Magic Johnson. Like, goodness.
Magic. I don't know what Magic did, but Magic fixed his. Yeah, he fixed his. He used to say, "Hey, how y'all doing? It's Magic, man." It was pretty bad, bro.
He had a PR team. He had a good PR team. They helped him out.
Yeah, they had to.
Me, A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
But as far as Kobe being young, 17, coming out, being able to get to a spot, it just reminds me of an interview that I seen when he was talking about how he used AAU basketball at 13. He was ranked number 4, and he was like, he used all those games and for AAU to work on his deficiencies. It was like, so by the time he got 17, everybody else was just doing what they was good at during them games. He said by the time he was 17, he ain't had no weaknesses. So I was like, man, that mindset alone. That mindset alone, he was like, yeah, he was like, I couldn't go left, I couldn't pull a J with the left hand, all that. He said, so these games don't really count. They AAU, they don't count for nothing.
Yeah,
I'm about to do it. He said, so by the time he was 17, of course he was number 1. He said, because he fixed every hole in his game where everybody who was better than him at the time, the 3 people that was, now imagine being 4 and you like, nah, that ain't good enough. But the 3 people that was better than him hadn't worked on anything. They just got better at what they could already do. So, you know what I'm saying? And that mindset, like hearing somebody else talk about what they seen from him at 17, it just paints the complete picture. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
one of one, man. One of one.
So this second part of what he said, and I want to hear from Dom first and then Zoe, especially Dom, because a familiar name came up that I think Dominique likes. You know what I mean? So I know she probably has something to say about this familiar name, but it's not that Cooper left him off his top 5. He mentioned him, but he mentioned him with Shaq almost like,
one,
you know what I mean?
1B.
You get what I'm saying? I'm like, I think it's kind of clear than that. And I think it was some dudes before him that I think Kobe is ahead. So I'm just like wondering if y'all think he slighted Kobe once you hear his explanation I just want y'all to speak on why you think Cooper had it that way. Was it a little bit of bias based on the guys he played with, or what you think? But he gave an explanation. But this is what he said when he was asked about the top 5.
I want you to rank your top 5 all-time Laker players of all time.
In order or just our top 5?
You can just give us your top 5.
Yeah.
Well, my GOAT is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I think he's the greatest player that's ever played this game.
Yes.
And I mean, there's been many, many others, but you have to put Kareem as number 1 for me. That's for me. Number 2 would be Magic Johnson. Yeah. And I'm a little biased about that, but the reason I put Magic 2 is because, and Byron can attest to this, we watched the young man come in as just a good basketball player to become a legendary basketball player that actually changed the game of basketball and changed the Laker organization. So Magic's my number 2. Now it gets hard for me. My number 3, and I love him to death, is Jerry West.
Yeah.
And Jerry's the logo, but Jerry was a significant part of the game of basketball, changing here in Los Angeles, changing it because of the way he played the game. And I kind of like the thing that makes him stick up there for me is listening to Chick Hearn. And whenever Jerry would score, he'd go, "That kid from Cabin Creek." And I always love that saying, Jerry from West Virginia, the kid from Cabin Creek. And that's been a fun part of me in my life to hear that. So Jerry's my number 3. Number 4. My number 4 is Elgin Baylor. And the reason why I say Elgin Baylor is because Elgin brought the creativity to the game of basketball, the artistry, handling them with one hand. And people, if you do your homework on Elgin Baylor, he was probably the most feared scorer in the game of basketball as a small player, 6'5". And then my number 5 is Kobe. But it's a 5 and a 5A. And my 5A would be Shaq. Shaq was the most dominating player. And I'm leaving out Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, how about that?
Shaq was the most dominating player. But the reason I give Shaq the edge, because Wilt didn't really have a jumper. All he had was a finger roll. Shaq had a dunk.
A powerful dunk.
But both of them were sub 500 free throw shooters, so you can't put that in. But you know what? Those are my top 5A right there.
Byron?
Everyone that he said, I wouldn't. I think the order he said him in is the order I had, except I had Kobe just slightly ahead of Elgin.
Yeah.
But after that, having Shaq instead of Wilt, because I think Shaq had more of an arsenal. Besides just dunking and Wilt had dunking the finger roll. Shaq had a turnaround jumper.
Yeah,
he had the jump hook. He had the drop step. Shaq was just a beast, man.
And he can get up and down the floor.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, he could run.
And he defended.
But don't take now. Wilt had some speed too. He can get up and down the floor. I mean, he ran track at UK, so Wilt had game too. But
all right, Kobe and Shaq sharing the number 5 spot. West and Elgin Baylor in front of Kobe. Dominique.
So just to address a couple things. So the list is wrong, in my opinion. It's way off. First of all, it's an emotional list. It has, what it's lacking is criteria, right, Mel? So you talk about criteria. We talk about that all the time, and there's no consistency in the list. So Elgin Baylor never won a title for the Lakers. How could he be in that list? I'm not saying he can't be a greatest Laker, but how do you put someone over another person that won multiple titles? So Wilt Chamberlain won a title with the Lakers. Kobe won multiple titles with the Lakers. How do you have Elgin Baylor even in that top 5? So forget the order of the list. Forget that Shaq is above Kobe, or, we have other people. Like, forget the ranking. Like, the whole list is just, to me, lacking in criteria, and there's no integrity in the list. I think that when I listened to Michael Cooper talk about Kobe, he talked about the will of players. So obviously when we talk about basketball, there's the intangibles, the will versus the skill. And I think that when it comes to defense, a lot of that is about will. And so
Definitely.
Michael Cooper, I wanted, when I'm hearing these players and I'm hearing this top 5 of his, I want to try to make it fit. I want to try to put a narrative of some sort of criteria that, okay, well, he has these guys there because they were tough competitors. They were all winners. They were all, they believed in a certain kind of way of the fraternity, right? But I want to believe that, but I don't see that in the list either, right? Because you have Shaq there ahead of Kobe. You have Elgin Baylor, never won a title. So I have issues with his list and his criteria. But when it comes to defense, and I think he was a little disappointed in Kobe Bryant for not having won a Defensive Player of the Year. Then you top it off with the fact that he embarrassed him at 17 years old. That's a good reason not to have him on your list. So I think that there's that bias there. But really, when you think about defense, a lot of it is will. And so I think that Kobe Bryant, he had some immature moments with the Lakers. He's literally thrown games to prove a point. There are players that they would never do that based off of just their will to win and their competitiveness. And I believe that Kobe is one of the top competitors, but some of those mistakes might turn an old head like Michael Cooper away from him, or say, hey, these kinds of things disqualify you from the top 5.
So Magic Johnson said that Kobe was the greatest Laker. Yeah, and this wasn't an emotional. This was an emotional thing. He said this before his passing.
Yeah, absolutely. He said that because in who else to trust but one of the greatest ever. Like Dominique said, this was an emotional list. Like, why is Jerry West on your list? Because they said he was the kid from Cabin Creek. Like, that doesn't hold no sentimental value. Who cares about what they called him? Yeah, it's cool. Shout out Chick Hearn. You know what I'm saying? Chick Hearn, legendary on the PA. But I don't care about that when you making a top 5 list. I don't care that they called him the kid from Cabin Creek. That doesn't fit any criteria whatsoever, basketball wise. That's just something that you have that is sentimental to you. But this ain't what that is. So, I think Dominique made some solid points when she said that it may just be an old man get off my lawn moment for Coop. But the Defensive Player of the Year stuff, I sensed a little disappointment in that too. And Coop, we all know the type of defender he was. So I guess that's what it was. But it seemed just a little bit hater. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit, like not a whole bunch, because he's a part of that Laker fraternity. But it just seemed a little like off-putting. Like, okay, come on, we know Kobe is a top 5 Laker. We know that.
Well, see, I didn't get the hate part, because I should have let it finish playing, because after Byron Scott finished talking, Michael Cooper said, I have another list. And that top 5 is Kobe, 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 and Kobe. And then Kobe is my 6th man. That's what Michael Cooper said. So I think what it really was, just imagine if Man Down grew into something really, really big and great. And then we had we moved on to something else. And we just produced the show, but we had new talking heads. And then one day someone was like, who's the top 5 Man Down panelists of all time? If I asked Chris this, he's probably going to pick 3 or 4 people from this panel, not the next panel, not the next one we create. You know what I mean? It's just, and even if you're trying not to be biased, it's kind of hard not to be biased. You get what I'm saying? So I think it was some of that.
I think you also have to give some preferential treatment when you're talking about greatest Laker or greatest player of any franchise. Like Kobe Bryant, he played there his entire career and won 5 titles. How can you not recognize that as being top 5? Like Kareem didn't even play his whole career there, and he kind of rode some coattails in the end, right? For some of those last couple titles. So and I'm not saying he didn't pull his weight. I'm just saying that a lot of those guys that are on that list did not spend their entire career with the Lakers.
Wilt did the same thing LeBron did with the Lakers.
Exactly.
Yeah, he did.
The same thing. Came there at the end, won an additional title, and that was it.
Yeah, you can't be. No, I'm looking at Wilt as one of the greatest of all time, but I don't even look at him as like in that category of greatest Laker. I mean, yes, he played.
The only thing I felt that was correct was when he talked about Shaq's dominance, because I do think that, when we talk about Shaq, his claim to fame, what makes him, one of the greatest players ever, was his peak was probably, it might be the greatest peak of all time that we've ever seen. Like when we talk about, that, your prime, he had a really high peak. So I can see why
the greatest peak for dudes that like cupcakes, but not like the greatest peak. I mean, that would be Michael Jordan, but
Right.
I think that he had a really great peak of dominance when we're talking about big man players. I'm not talking about I don't think it was Cupcake. I think he had really solid play.
Hey, can I really, to be honest with you, man, the greatest Laker of all time is really Magic Johnson. He really made the franchise, to be honest with you. He made
you
it
can say that for sure. You definitely can say that, man. But
I'm mad at that.
He made it what it is today. And we remember Kobe and we remember Shaq because they brought the dominance back to the Lakers.
Yeah, that's true.
After the 80s era.
After Showtime.
Right. And then if you want to talk recently, then of course we know LeBron. But you know, I know I don't even want to get into that.
Yeah, please don't get into that because what I remember
we've been doing really well.
Look, what I remember
we had therapy, we had one-on-one.
Yeah, but this is what I remember about that situation. The guy you just mentioned, Magic Johnson, who turned the Lakers around as a player, they brought in to do it again as a president of basketball operations, and the organization was ran so bad and so poorly that he quit.
Yeah,
and that's what your boy LeBron brought to that. But nonetheless, Britne, what's the difference between what's the difference between an all-time greatest list and a greatest list of the franchise? Because the way Michael Cooper listed this, Kobe Bryant is behind some Lakers that if we did an all-time greatest list, he would be ahead of. So how do those two lists different? Because I doubt you're going to put Elgin Baylor above Kobe or Jerry West above Kobe in the all-time greatest list. But as far as that franchise, they do have him above him. How does that happen?
Who is them? Is it him or them?
It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that if they make an all-time greatest Laker list, their brain goes to how much they meant to the actual franchise. And like Eric said, Magic actually turned the Lakers around from being a dumpster fire, so that puts him higher. But if you do an all-time greatest list, it's only Magic and Kareem that you can even argue this above Kobe. But they got three or four people above him on the Lakers thing.
I'll be honest. I think I'm with Don and Zoe. I think it's more emotional based, how you feel. It could be generational based. Because if you go with pure accolades and what you see on the court, there's no way, in my opinion, that I could put anybody above Kobe. Especially for me, that really tipped it for me was when he won in, was it 2009 and 2010, I believe. Because everybody kept saying he couldn't do it without Shaq. He had Shaq. He had this player. And don't get me wrong, he still had talented players. He had Pau Gasol, and I think Andrew Bynum was there. I don't know what the hell happened to him. Well, I do know, but I don't know. And a couple other players. So I really think to me, you just can't do it. There's really not a difference. To me, if he's top on your all-time list, then he should be top on the Lakers list. I don't know how they don't go.
A lot of inconsistency,
in my opinion.
Where their lives
inconsistencies.
You have to give. It's like he's trying to go back in time and give a participation trophy. That's what it sounds like to me. Like, hey, these old heads are not getting enough credit as of late for everything that they're doing. Let me give everybody a little love everywhere. So if you're saying later on he then went and said Kobe, he wants to make sure that he's not offending anybody.
All the old heads.
Yeah. So let me give it to you this way. Outside of Kobe, I think what his list was doing, he was trying to do that. So like you take somebody like Kareem, I think we're taking Kobe completely off the list. I think of everybody that he named, Kareem was the best all-around basketball player outside of Kobe. However,
that's fair.
However, I think Magic Johnson was the best Laker. You get what I'm saying? Because what Kareem did prior to
it's so fidgety though, man. Because it means so many different. The best Laker means so many things, though, Jay.
So when you watching Kareem's career, you know he had a whole career before he went to LA. So you take that into consideration. But when he was in LA with Magic, it was Magic's team. You get what I'm saying? So
this is true.
Ain't nobody played 20 years for the Lakers with Kobe.
Yeah, so So
right, but I don't know that it was always Magic's team though. When Magic first got there, it was Kareem's team, and he had to pass the torch to him. He had to give him the team.
Thank God Kareem did it though, because LeBron would not do
that
it.
last championship, Magic had to drag Kareem's cold dead body across the finish line.
He did, but I'm just saying he had to give him the team. It wasn't like Magic Johnson didn't get. You got to remember, Storm and Norman, he whipped his tail. Magic Johnson didn't come into the league being the guy. I mean, by the contract and stuff, he was popular, but he wasn't quite. Kobe Bryant beat Michael Cooper's ass, right? That's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Magic Johnson wasn't doing that as soon as he came in, with his own teammates. No.
So the thing about Kobe, 20 years with a franchise, 5 championships, played his whole career in one city. Like that's greatness for the franchise. And that's before you even talk about on-court accolades or whatever, but like I'm saying, so even if you take somebody like LeBron, we got to do it. You can only, if you're talking about LeBron greatness as a Laker, anything that happened in Miami and Cleveland doesn't count.
Don't matter.
You get what I'm saying? No matter what. So that's how you have a franchise all-time list. People rank different than the greatness of it. But the fallacy in Buddy's list was you can't list anybody on an all-time Laker list better than Kobe, that Kobe's better than, because Kobe didn't play for anybody else.
Look at this right here. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. Can somebody come look at this?
Man, listen. I requested $1 million. That what does that matter?
I thought I requested to be off today, but I'm here, right?
I requested J-Lo's to follow me on Instagram.
Yeah, that's just a click of a button.
You guys know I tried to find. You guys know I try to get Paul Pierce to talk to me on a weekly basis.
He on that Ozempic. You'll like him. Yeah, you really like him now. He done lost some weight.
I'm really after him.
Oh yeah, he on that Ozempic now.
All you gotta do is call him. If you call him Lord, Pierce, he'll respond.
Yeah,
sorry.
He definitely
be like, chill, Lord.
Yeah, chill, Lord. He gonna think it's 15.
Let me end it with this. I'm gonna take
another Paul Pierce. I don't know.
No, because I also went after Kevin Garnett. So
the truth. But look, Corey,
comb his hair.
Let's see if we can understand it this way. Who's the greatest Maverick of all time?
Dirk Nowitzki.
That was easy.
But but he's the greatest Maverick of all time. But Mark Cuban is already saying that Luka is better than him.
Yes.
But Luka's definitely not the greatest Maverick. And if he don't win a championship, he definitely won't be the greatest Maverick.
Even if he is basketball-wise better than Dirk.
And what's crazy is Kyrie is a better basketball player than anybody who ever wore a Mavericks jersey. But he's not on the list.
Let me ask you guys something real quick, because I noticed when you guys saying the greatest of all time with these franchises, you keep mentioning titles. Well, who's the greatest Sixer of all time?
Who
is it? Right? Is it Dr. J? Is it Wilt? Or is it AI?
That's a debate.
Neither one. Bubba Chuck.
No. It could be Moses. It can be.
I have Moses Malone.
But I'm telling you. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not Moses.
The rebound.
I love me some Moses, but it's not Moses, right?
He's not the better basketball player.
And Bubba Chuck.
I think people feel that way emotionally, though, because of Allen Iverson's influence. But I don't have him. I don't have him ranked as the best 76er of all time.
It's either AI or
titles. I have Dr. J, and I have him top 5. I have him top 5, but Dr. J's number 1 to me.
It's got to be
right. But to you, and this is what I'm saying, it's so subjective. It's crazy, because if you listen to most people, they're going to tell you Bubba Chuck. That's the first person they're going to come.
Well, the girls like the cornrows and the tattoos, but
I'm not talking
dudes
about
like the crossover.
Girls.
It's Dr. J. It's Dr. J. And the debate don't go long.
To me,
what is the criteria for Allen Iverson? And why? I just want to hear why for AI.
What about Wilt? That's what I was about to say. What about Wilt as a
Wilt won the first.
Allen Iverson, pound for pound, is the best basketball player ever.
Pound for pound?
Pound for pound.
Pause.
It's the best one.
I'm still going with Charles Barkley as the best Sixer.
I ain't
The
going
hell?
there.
He also don't have a title.
You can't play
Even
15
if you
years
went
and
that way,
being
he
snake
also don't
3
have a
of them.
title.
But he also had
be the
really
best.
great talent when he joined the 76ers, so I can't get jiggy with calling him one of the best. Now, when we talk about top 5, I think Allen Iverson's in there for sure. I mean, but why? I'm curious to know from you, Britne, why do you think Allen Iverson is considered the best Sixer?
I never said that he was the best Sixer. I'm just saying
Not you, but considered. Like, why do you think people?
I think it's talent wise for sure. The things that he did on the court, you got to remember, AI didn't have the team that a Dr. J had, that a Kobe Bryant had, that a lot of these championship teams have. He didn't have that. He literally had to carry his team there, and then went up against hard Shaq, and went up against a double giant with the Lakers. Kobe and Shaq Lakers in 2001. So he basically had, I mean, don't get me wrong, he had some talented players with him defensively.
He had. I mean, he played with Chris Webber at a point.
That wasn't the championship
year. As good as Iverson is, we got to be honest about Iverson.
Year, hold on. The championship year, he had Dikembe. He had older Dikembe.
I think he had Eric Snow.
Yeah,
Eric's. So he averaged about 33 points per game. Do you know what the next person averaged? Like 12 or 13 that year. That's crazy.
Well, he carried.
He
balled.
They probably shouldn't even got that far. So
no question, they shouldn't have.
Let alone win a game in that final.
Yeah, but so, and this is what I'm, like I was saying, and I love AI as a player and all of that stuff. But we got to be honest. If we go critique Iverson, I mean, we're gonna critique Harden, Westbrook, Luka, and LeBron for how, being very, very ball dominant. And you gotta call out the truth with it when it comes to Iverson. His game was built to do it all on offense. Like, so the more talent you gave him, the less AI you got. That's why when he went to Denver, he wasn't a good fit with Melo and all that, J.R. Smith and Kenyon Martin and Nene. Imagine that squad, and then imagine them just making a 1-for-1 swap for Chauncey Billups, and they doing a whole lot better with Chauncey. Iverson is designed, the way he plays basketball is designed that he does everything and everyone else watches. Right? If you put him in a system where he got to actually run offense, he's actually not he's not a daggone transcendent player. Right? So he plays hero ball. And he can get you forward hero ball, but he can't get you forward real basketball.
But I understand what you're saying, but whose fault is that? Is that his fault, or is that the organization's fault for not putting him in a situation where he had to adapt to that? You put him in a situation where he had to do everything.
No. That's the only way. That's the version of Iverson that got to the championship. The version of him that got to the championship is a 5-star player. The only way you get 5 stars out of Allen Iverson is by putting less around him. If you put more around him, then you go get a 3.5-star Allen Iverson.
I agree with you, Mel. I really do, because we saw what happened when he was given a legitimate big that was a star. They didn't go that far. They didn't make it back to the final. He had Chris Webber on his team. Like, we're
Chris
acting
Webber
like he never had.
Oh, that's my grandma when we got him. He was on the back end of his career.
He had knee surgery. He was
also on the back end of his career.
But then Allen Iverson did go. But then Allen Iverson did go and play with the Denver Nuggets, and that's what Mel is talking about. You go and you play with such a great player, and he was only the way that his career ended. For me, it was tarnished practically. He kind of just was like pushed out of the league, and he had only played 15 seasons. Like, I think he still had, he wasn't done. So I just think that, we saw what happens when
he was done.
I don't think he was done. I think he looked bad. Like Mel said, when he got better talent, when he was playing along other stars, like, he's not built to be a part of a big 2 or 3. He's built to play with role players.
He couldn't play the way he had played
was done.
before.
Physically, he should have been done at year 10. He should have been done at year 10 physically, because he was 160 pounds soaking wet, and he got thrown around.
Yeah, but look at it. But he's more than enough.
Uncover Corey's face.
I'm sorry, but Allen Iverson has more of a developed body as an athlete than Trae Young does. He literally needs to go back to the hospital and finish being born.
No,
He literally needs to finish being born.
No.
Allen Iverson was a real person.
No.
And he was fully developed. Trae Young is not developed.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he had less of a body than Trae Young.
No, I'm saying that Trae Young has to go back. He needs to like literally jump back in the womb.
Yeah,
So
it do look like his hair ain't attached to the roots right now.
It's not.
It's just right on top of his head.
He's got cradle cap. He's got a lot of things happening.
You call that man a grown baby?
Are we getting to the super chat?
Hit up the super chat, man.
Shout out to Khalil Abdul Malik for the $20 super chat. Shout out to Man Down Sports Team, and the rest of the panel. Your insightful analysis and dynamic discussions make mainstream sports media relevant. Keep up the amazing work and continue to elevate the sports community. We appreciate that greatly, man. Thank you. Thank you.
And that type of analysis go across all the podcasts. Kingdom Come podcast for Kansas City content. Sideline Speaks for all sports. Cowboy Spit for Dallas Cowboy content. And Motor City Roar for Detroit based content. So all of our analysis go across all those. So thanks for the super chat. But nah, so what was you saying about Iverson? You don't agree with me? You don't think that he was better at hero ball than he was at system?
At first, when you said that, because I was thinking about Georgetown AI and Thompson got him to play within that system, he still was able to showcase he was the best player. But when you said what you said, you said at the time that he made the championship, he was definitely playing hero ball because that's all he could have played to get them there. So
he didn't have a choice.
Yeah, he didn't have no choice.
Right.
So you're right about that.
And then they never put a player around him to help him. If
They
you want to say Chris
couldn't.
Webber and Dikembe Mutombo, like they were on the back end of their careers. I
They
don't know how much they
couldn't.
were going to do. It's not that they couldn't.
A 6'1" shooting
gotta
guard.
stop.
You can't put that. What can you put around that?
You kind of got to put defense around him, and that's what they did.
And then at the end, he didn't want to come off the bench. And it's like, why does he have to come off the bench? But somebody like LeBron and, all these older guys, they don't have to come off the bench. I think that he had trouble. What'd you say?
Different era.
Different eras. Yeah.
Different era of basketball.
I'm just saying that the way he went out was sad. I don't like the way he went out.
I don't like the way he went out either.
That's on his. I mean, if we're gonna be real, and y'all know how much I love AI between him and Kobe, two of my favorite on the men's side, two of my favorite basketball players. I got two more. But that's on his fault, and he knows it. He didn't do what he was supposed to do to take care of his body physically, and he made that known. He was like, I don't like lifting weights. I don't like working out. I just like to go out and play ball. So that's going to impact your career, and you're going to sit on the bench because you can't do what you used to do.
Once you slow down the step where everybody can catch you at 165 pounds, you don't stand a chance.
Yeah, and that's what happened. He was
exactly what happened.
That dude was an unbelievable athlete, bro. That's what he was. And so eventually,
him in the Detroit jersey is crazy.
Yeah, it made me. That's probably
that's where you send careers to die.
Memphis too.
You know what though?
He had a Memphis jersey.
I forgot the Memphis.
When he came back to Philly, that should have been. That should have been it. That should have been the end of it.
Hey, you know what the reality is though? After your athleticism goes, you have to rely on your skills after your talent's gone. So once that athletic talent was gone, and he had to just depend on
I'm here for all the
basketball
smoke.
knowledge and skills, and that's why you go to the gym. That's why you practice, which he didn't like to do those things. So that's really what took him out early. At his height, he is really the reason I say he's the number one 76er is because he brought lights, camera, action, everything to the city of Philadelphia. And especially he took them to the finals and won a championship against a majorly dominant team that they had to play against, which was the Lakers. And we know what the Lakers did. So
what championship that man won?
Nobody else before him ever did anything.
They didn't win. They didn't win.
But I just feel like Allen Iverson.
Who else could have done that for them though?
No, I'm with you on that. But I think you said they won. That's why I think.
No, I didn't say
think that Allen Iverson could have done a lot more. I think Allen Iverson could have done a lot more. I think that he also. I think he kind of gave birth to certain really poor behaviors in the NBA and lack of professionalism, the whole not practicing, all of those things. And Chris Mullin mentioned that before. that kind of, it takes away from the camaraderie that you're going to have with teammates. So,
well, I mean,
So
I think he left some things on the table.
I say this, and then I'm gonna get to the caller that's on the line. I mean, his not practicing thing was not nothing that was nuanced in the NBA. That was like when you're banged up, especially a player that 165 like Iverson. I mean, he gave you 150% during the games, and he didn't miss games. He was at least playing as close as all 82 as possible. It was just that he was not practicing, which was normal for superstars, especially if you had existing injuries, like when Larry Bird had the back thing late in his career. You think he was practicing? Heck no.
Well, when did it become popular? Because Michael Jordan was at practice, Kobe Bryant was at practice.
But we don't know that. No, we don't. No, we don't know. We don't know who was missing practice because it was never announced. It was just the fact that Iverson's was announced. Like watch his documentary that they did, and they went into detail a little bit. It was not an abnormal thing for a player to say out of practice. No one could speak up for him because it was like
it was mainstream.
It was like a secret, but somehow it came out, and who was covering Philly sports back then when it came out. They needed stories.
You know who
Stephen
it was.
A.
Stephen A.
Yep.
All right, call on the line from Washington. What's up?
I'm here for all the smoke, man.
What's your thoughts on the topic?
Okay, you talking about Allen Iverson is probably the best one for Philly because he literally had nothing. But when he got Chris Webber, he was old. When he went over to Denver, he was just going out of his prime at the time. So he just never got lucky and got nobody good. Now, when you talk about the Lakers, the older Lakers besides Magic Johnson, they just don't respect Kobe's legacy as a Laker. Like the older ones just don't do it.
Why is that?
And we all know why.
Why?
Because they look at Kobe's history as part of the fake Laker history. To be honest, you got the book, don't you? Don't you got the referee book?
Oh,
Didn't you say that two of those first 3 championships shouldn't have been somebody else's? One of them should have been Portland.
One of them should have been Sacramento.
The Kings.
I'm with you on. The Kings. I'm with you on that.
So that's 2 asterisks right there. Then what happened when he played Boston? If Kendrick Perkins don't go down Game 7, they might not have that one. If KG don't go down the year before, he might not have that one. They just don't respect Kobe's
if in Ands was pots and pans, the world would be a kitchen.
I'm just saying.
If and Ands.
The referee basically came out and said that them smaller markets wasn't given the championship like they were supposed to.
I agree with you on the Kings and the Portland series 100%. However, I don't think that means that the Laker greats don't respect that part of the Laker history with Shaq and Kobe. I don't think I think they respect Kobe a great deal.
Okay, well, Jerry West helped build the Lakers, but he also helped build the league as a whole as a general manager. So he got a lot of respect as far as a player. Then I think y'all just don't remember how good Elgin Baylor was. So, okay, take him out of that. Now, Magic actually helped build the Lakers with the whole Showtime Lakers. He was the what they needed at the time to build the league. So he just got way more respect than Kobe. They don't respect Kobe legacy like that. That's just
Magic Johnson said Kobe was the greatest Laker. So I mean that's not true. That's one person that respect him.
Elgin Baylor, not even the most famous Elgin.
Who the most famous Elgin?
Shout out to Genuine.
His name Elgin?
No, that man name not Elgin.
He was named after Elgin Baylor.
The same OG, and he don't play no basketball.
Elgin Baylor, Lampkin, whatever his name is.
I love Jerry West.
Y'all do recall when Shaq left, it was a lot of dark years with the Lakers too, and Kobe as well.
Define a lot.
Smush Sparkers.
A lot of seasons with them not making a playoff.
Define a lot.
Barely making a playoff.
Define a lot. How many playoffs he missed?
How many seasons?
I'm not a Lakers fan. I can't tell you. I know
you said a lot. Well, you said a lot.
So when did Shaq leave? Shaq left what in 04, 05, somewhere in there. Y'all missed the play.
So
next year.
What?
So between 2004 and 2008. That's just a 4-year gap, and that's just me thinking about finals.
Yeah, I'm
04 to 08.
He said the next year, and the year
Okay,
after that.
I'm saying I'm not a Lakers fan. I just remember y'all being terrible. I mean, y'all was
You just
Kobe,
you
Nick
made
Parker,
yeah.
Kwame Brown.
They was in the playoffs, big dog. They was in the playoffs.
George.
They was in the playoffs though.
Y'all just wasn't. They just wasn't that good at all.
But they was in the playoffs.
Laker basketball.
The Bobcats wasn't good during that time. The Lakers was in the playoffs.
Hey, caller. Your smoke detector going off. All that smoke was a little bit too much for you. Sound like. All right, man. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell. Yeah, all right, big dog. Yeah, that smoke got you cooked again, man. Come on, bro. You gotta stop doing this, man. Golly.
I couldn't hear what he was saying. That damn smoke detector going off.
All right, this is the last call we're gonna take, man. Smoke. Caller from Pennsylvania, what's up? Caller from Pennsylvania, shut YouTube down in the background, man, and tell me what you think on the topic.
Man, like Rose Wilding. I lived in Phoenix, Arizona when Steve Nash won them 2 MVPs. The Lakers was definitely in the playoffs during those quote-unquote dark years that he was talking about. So he can kind of get out of here with that.
Where you from, caller?
Right.
I'm from Pittsburgh, man. It's 33 Suki. I called in a few times.
All right.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, he called in a few times.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, Michael Cooper is entitled to his opinion, you know what I mean, about Kobe, because there's a lot of great Lakers. The Lakers are a very storied franchise. If you put George Mikan in that discussion, then you're valid. You know what I'm saying? If you put Elgin Baylor in that discussion, you're valid. If you put, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of great players in the history of the Lakers. They're one of the core franchises, like the Cowboys or the Steelers or the Chicago Bears. There's a lot of players that make up the greatest players of all time in the league.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I don't know. Kobe's number 2 all time, because when we talking about greatest players, we talking about their competitiveness, how they contributed to the game with their knowledge and teaching other players. Like, Kobe's one of the foremost of those dudes. So it's like, come on, man. Like,
yeah, I'm with you on. Yeah, I definitely got Kobe high, but I got him right after Kareem. And of course the GOAT is number 1. So I got Kobe 3 for sure, man. But yeah,
Kareem established the Bucks as a franchise, like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
Just off his contribution of bringing that team championships early in their life cycle.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Kareem is top great in the NBA, like, regardless of franchise.
Facts.
Like, top great basketball as a sport, high school, college, whatever else. Like,
yeah, just basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Period.
Yep. All right, brother. Thanks for the call.
No, for sure.
All right, thanks. All right, it was one more Georgia number, man. You can call back if you can get in here in the next 15 seconds. If not, we're gonna move.
While we wait for that, real quick.
Shout out to Shadua.
Kobe played 20 years, right?
Yep.
15 of those he made the playoffs.
And the 5 he didn't was probably the last 5.
No, it was the last 4. And inside those first 15, only the 04-05 season he did not make the playoffs.
So 1 year of not
one year outside those last 4, 1 year he did not make the playoffs.
Yeah. All right, caller from Georgia, what's up?
What's up, man? I called to say, you know, I'm a fan of basketball. I'm young. I ain't but 35, but AI is probably the greatest. Probably, how can I say? He's the most popular Philadelphia 76er, but I feel like Dr. J is probably the greatest because of all the work he did in the ABA. You know what he did for Philly, putting them on the map. All this, you know, top 4 Philadelphia 76ers all time. I say Dr. J, AI, Charles Barkley, then Embiid. But
sheesh,
you forgot Ben Simmons.
Yep.
He's on that
Hey,
hated
why you
list.
hell, boy?
Might
You
as
hell
well
for that.
throw Tyrese Maxey in there too.
Hey,
I
you're not
forgot he was in the
disrespecting
league.
Tyrese.
I forgot that boy that was in the league. On God.
Yeah, you forgot Moses too. I got Moses over Barkley.
Forgot
Yeah, I
Wilt.
forgot Moses. You right. I forgot Moses. But listen though,
You forgot Wilt.
Kobe is the
Two
greatest
people you
Laker of
forgot.
all time. Bro. He spent 20 years with one franchise. All the stuff he did, you know, he carried the league before the little situation back in 03, 04 that really tried to, you know, torment his career. He overcame that. You know, people didn't like the fact people were more Shaq fans because Shaq would win MVPs in them finals, so they were more Shaq fans. But Kobe was a young, arrogant kid that was really the way people feel about LeBron. LeBron he ain't threatening Jordan's legacy to me, but
Yeah.
to his fans, he threatened. Kobe was doing that. Kobe was young when the ring, so people didn't like it. People don't talk about the hate Kobe was getting because he was winning and he was cocky as a young player. And people always talk about he had Shaq. Shaq came in '96. They didn't win their first ring to 2000 until Phil Jackson came and made Kobe a starter because his first coach didn't want to start a rookie. He was old school.
Right.
Even though Kobe was better than Eddie Jones and Nick Van Nelson. Shout out to them guys. They were great players. They were all-star, but everybody knew. Even Dr. Bush said, we got one, you know, we probably got the best thing since Jordan. That's why he drafted him.
Yeah.
At 17 years old, when his mom had to sign the contract for him to even play in the league.
Yeah.
But my thing is, everybody knocked Kobe because of the Shaq shit. But excuse my language, but nobody ever says, "Oh, the big man. What is his name? Y'all bring it up to him. I've been drinking, man. What is his name?
Come with it now.
Come on. Don't let that liquor get you.
The second best.
Kareem.
Yeah, Kareem won one ring without Magic Johnson. Why Magic Johnson and Kareem are never knocked like Kobe is knocked? That's the only knock people have to knock Kobe is, oh, you won 3 with Shaq. Well, Kareem won 5 of his 6 rings with Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson won 5 of his rings, all 5 of his rings with Kareem. He couldn't beat Jordan without Kareem, you know. So if the person that is considered one of the greatest Lakers of all time, if not the greatest Laker of all time, saying that Kobe is the greatest Laker of all time, then why is the public or even Michael Cooper, who is not even top 10 Laker of all time, saying, "Oh, it's Kobe isn't even his top 5." That's
yeah. I mean, to his defense, he did have him number 5. He just shared number 5 with Shaq, man. But you know, it is what it is, man. I think we can see. I think we can see through his list, and his list was just based on who he had experience with as a player. You know, man,
Yeah.
and he just didn't want to slight his fellas, man. So he'll rather slight Kobe. But I think Kobe's too good to be slighted for any reason, man. So that's the only reason why I brought it up as a topic. But thanks for the call, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all.
All right. All right, we're gonna move. And before we move though, let's play Jeopardy, right? And the answer to what I want for my birthday.
You don't even celebrate your birthday, bro.
That's true. I don't celebrate my birthday. But if I did celebrate my birthday, that's the answer to what I want for it every single time.
Mo cheeks.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I ain't mad at that. I'm not even mad at that.
You can't go wrong with that, man.
I ain't mad at that.
You can't go wrong.
Getting in that car. I'm not jumping in the car.
Hey, listen, this is a good car to get in.
You can't go wrong with that, man. You know what I mean? And it can mean plenty of things, right? I mean, it can mean more of the same cheeks, or it can mean more, you know, of a variety. You know, I'm
that's
not
why I
saying
get out the car right there. That's what I'm about.
Yeah,
I'm on the side of the road with you.
Yeah, hey, see, I already know when to get out the car.
Variety.
Is that a
I know when to get out the car.
situation?
Crazy.
I'm out the car already.
Let's we appreciate the phone calls on the topic, man.
Yeah,
Larry Johnson.
You go to Larry Johnson.
Is this the one that used to play the running back for Kansas City Chiefs?
That ain't the one that said he was Jay-Z's love child, allegedly. That's not him. This is
put that on Larry Johnson now. You ain't gonna throw that dirt on Larry Johnson name.
He said that.
Hey, don't put that on Larry Johnson.
Yeah, I will say this: Larry Johnson, as well as Jamal Charles, as well as two other famous Kansas City running backs, all have problems reading the teleprompter.
Exactly.
Sheesh. Priest Holmes can't read.
Now he's one of the ones that can.
Yeah.
Okay. Priest Holmes
Priest Holmes is a little bit older though.
Yeah. All right. So let's get Larry Johnson. He did first of all, if y'all haven't watched Larry Johnson's interview on All the Smoke,
he's hilarious.
Bro, you think Charles Barkley got personality? This might be, I mean, he's a mix of Kwame Brown, Charles Barkley.
He about to get his own stuff. Watch.
He's got to. I did not know this dude personality was like that, bro.
And I didn't know if you had seen it before I sent it to you, but dude, he's a good media personality, whether he want to be or not.
Hire him now if he can get off that yak, because he sounded like he was on something, you know. But anyway,
hopefully it's not Hennessy.
Yeah. He said some interesting things, man. So we all remember the Grandmama commercials and all of that stuff, man. You know, and then we all remember Dave Chappelle talking about it's something about black men and them wanting to put us in those dresses. And then you start thinking about stuff. And I'm like, how did they get Larry Johnson in that dress? Like, how did Larry Johnson, 6'6", 235 pound, 2% body fat, mean go-to part in the middle of the hair? How did this dude agree to put on a freaking dress and act like a grandma? I have no clue. Well, he told the story. It's two things I want y'all to get out of this. One is the first part, that the commercial they pitched him on.
That would have been so dope.
And then what actually ended up happening. This is him.
Worry about so we hit the plant. We get in this plant, Converse plant. It's about 200, 300 workers. They all doing it, they're giving it to me, giving it to stroking me like a mother. Larry. And we went into and I signed that day. Oh, hey, is that what you talking about, man? Yeah. Is that bullshit you talking about? That's you. That's you. God damn, man. 200 people. What they doing? They doing 200-300 people. God damn it. Sign that day. Yeah. We'll write it off. We're gonna get you, man. And we're gonna put you in the commercial. Told you I'm gonna tie it in there. They say, this is what they say to me now, audience. They say, we're gonna damn, I can't think his name. He's gonna come to me. This Converse rep that's pitching this to me. He said, and they had two young boys doing their advertising. They like 22, 23 white boys, hair down to here. They were doing like the air guitar. I said, oh shit, I'm in trouble. They was doing air guitar now while we were signing this shit. And they say they over our marketing. They gonna put you in a commercial. I said, okay, what's the commercial? They said the first commercial is, we're gonna put you on a gurney, we're gonna cover you up, and nobody can see you. And then, yeah. They said it's gonna be two doctors. One gonna be Magic Johnson, and the other doctor gonna be Larry Bird. And at the time, if you can't remember, they both was in Converse. They one Dr. Larry Bird, one Dr. Magic Johnson, and they going, scalpel, this, that. And they saying, we finished. And they say the perfect basketball player. And then one of them say, well, we got to name him. And Larry say, well, his name got to be Larry. Then Magic say, no, Johnson, Larry Johnson. And I raise up. I raise up.
That's a big miss.
And the commercial goes off. Larry Johnson. And I raise up, and that's the end of the commercial, right?
Ooh, that would have been cold. Sign me up, goddammit.
All right, what y'all think about the pitch?
Money. That's money.
That would have been cold. That was perfect. They missed it on that
opportunity.
You missed the mark on that one.
Yeah. But the reason why is even wilder.
Okay. This what actually happened.
That's crazy.
They gave me $1 million signing bonus. Yeah. Month later, I bought my mom house with $1 million. So the $1 million gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Dorothy Johnson. Shout out to Dorothy Johnson. Month later, we out. Come on now. We out of there. Let's get some. Here's the $1 million. A month later, we do that. So season starts. They come to me. You ready for the commercial? Yeah, I'm ready, man. The fellas ready. And another something to that story is one of them didn't want to do it. When I got to the set to do the commercial, now they ain't telling me nothing. I got to the set to do the commercial, and I walked into my trade big time program. You know, like in the
LA?
movies, everybody got a
Hollywood.
Yes, everybody got a trailer. Oh, this is my trailer, and I see a dress, a wig. I see all this in the corner. I said, where's my wardrobe at? Because I ain't bring nothing. They say you ain't got to bring nothing, and that's all I see hanging up. 2 or 3 dresses, some wigs. I said, come on, man. And they came. They said, Larry, they pitched this one to me. They pitched this one to me. Now I done signed $1 million and done
money gone. Money gone.
I said, what happened to the commercial with me and Magic and Larry? He said one of them didn't want to do it.
One of them didn't want to do it.
Wrong. No. I never knew which one didn't want to do it. I never knew which one of them didn't want to do it. Larry loves me. Yeah, Larry loves me. I never knew which one didn't want to do it. Larry loves me. No, y'all getting what I'm saying, right? No, I mean facts. Y'all get what I'm saying?
I'd have been got it.
Larry fuck with me. No, okay, wait a minute. Larry fuck with me.
Before you start
all right, they pitched him a great idea. Supposedly, either Larry or Magic pulled out. He's hinting to Magic pulled out. Which is something he probably never mind. I'm not even gonna go there. Magic pulled out, right? And then they come back without telling him. He show up to the set and they throw him in the dress, but he already done spent the money that they gave him. So it ain't like he can back out and say no. I mean, I guess you kind of can, but what y'all think about the when you think about that, and then in light with what Dave Chappelle said about this weird fetish with Hollywood producers wanting to put men in dresses, specifically black men in dresses for whatever reason. What's y'all thoughts on that? And how did that make y'all look at Grandmama now?
I don't think that had to do nothing to do with it. I think they scrambled for an idea at the last minute because somebody backed out, and that's like the best shit that they had.
My thing is this: if you paid Larry already, you didn't pay the other two as well.
Facts. Oh, they got.
If one came back out, how can the other one? Just because they got the bigger name at the time? No, I mean, I feel like there should have been a court proceeding or something, or you make Magic do the commercial. You already were tied by money in a contract. So,
Magic got the money to give back though.
It was the best thing that happened to Larry Johnson.
I think it still would have been dope though. I mean, Grandmama wasn't that dope to me. Grandmama wasn't that dope.
The commercial was okay. The commercial was all that. And I'll tell you why Grandmama was that dope. All right, remember he played for the Hornets. I'm in Food Line. They giving us out posters. And remember, I actually had it on my wall for a long time. It was like a life-size joint, how you can check your height. That man 6'6", but they had him with a in the Charlotte Hornets joint. People like he became the face of the thing. I remember seeing Grandmama hooping people up on Family Matters. Him and Urkel just dropping cats off. Like it gave him crossover appeal where
it did.
They weren't gonna take that country bumpkin and put him on TV outside of basketball.
So you make a good point, Jay. And the crazy thing about it, you said you had this post of Grandmama. I think you remember when we used to get our books, our textbooks in elementary, and they give us like that paper that you can wrap your cover with.
Your book in, yep.
I think they had a grandma because we from North Carolina, so they had a Grandmama joint cover for that too.
For free. Yep, absolutely.
In that interview later on, he said he made a mistake and turned down an episode of Martin. He was supposed to go on there with Martin's mom. Grandmama and Martin's mom was supposed to play against each other. So he turned that down though. But he said he got tired. He was tired of doing Grandmama at that point. But my point is this: you're right that he got a whole lot of reach with the Grandmama thing. And I think after that Larry Johnson commercial, which it was really good, I think it would have died after that. Like, where do you go from there? After the perfect player has been born, now what? So you're right.
His career go die in Charlotte and then to go to New York. The hell? That's where you go from there. That's where it went.
I just think it's just sneaky for them to daggone throw that. I mean, they could have came up with something better than that dress.
And not only that, I honestly believe that they never ran it by Larry or Magic. I can tell you whatever I want to in the meeting. You signed the contract and spent the money.
And throw your
put this dress on.
Yeah, but if they can tell him to put the dress on because you on the contract, why they can't tell Magic to do the commercial like Chris?
Because they already signed their deal. That wasn't part of their deal. They was already in conversations. This how you say if right now you had a chance to sell to Nike and then they was like, well, we already got Michael Jordan and LeBron and Nikes, man. We can have them come on the Man Down on next Friday. You like, hell yeah, you signed that contract, man. I ain't talked to neither one of them. We ain't doing that fucking show. You know what I'm saying? Especially not together.
You guys remember the obsession though in the 90s with especially black men, dressing up as women. Martin was doing it. It was happening in Family Matters. Like it was happening across Hollywood. And I think the reason I think it was Magic Johnson. I think even the Wayans brothers, they had been doing it for years, Low Down Dirty Shame, Mo Money, Jamie Foxx. Yeah. It's been happening for so long, but I think it was Magic that pulled out. I think that it was because he never liked his Converse deal and the money that he was making with them. He's always historically complained about it. Nike didn't buy Converse until 2003. So I think it was Magic that pulled out of that commercial.
I think Magic pulled out too. And I think he pulled out because he didn't think Larry Johnson was gonna be I don't think he thought he was gonna be that good.
That's tie his name to him.
Definitely wasn't gonna be the greatest basketball player.
I think also, but when you think about it, though, we're talking about Larry Johnson being in a dress. Who knows, what the real circumstances of it was, and just what Magic Johnson had just been going through, and the rumors surrounding him and his illness. I think there were probably a variety of reasons why he pulled out of that.
He wasn't
gonna keep saying pull out. Got
it. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Well,
Taco Master said he never pulls out, but I don't know if pulling out was his problem though.
Going in was his problem.
Pulling up was his problem.
Yeah, the selection.
Yeah. Seems like there was not a party that he was willing to turn down.
He didn't sign no NDA either.
They said Magic was on all sorts of white.
You know what though? Hey man, I thought that was some of the funniest stuff ever, man.
The grandmama.
I like comedy, man, and personally, bro, them dress series was pretty funny. I remember Jamie Foxx when he was it
Wanda?
Oh man, come on.
The clip with Jim Carrey and what's his name? Richard Allen.
Richard Allen Greer. That shit.
David Allen Greer.
Yeah.
David Allen Greer. That shit was comedy, bro.
All of it was funny, but now that we know about the ritual in Hollywood, it ain't funny no more.
Yeah.
What ritual?
Hey, listen, somebody had to teach Diddy how to be a monster.
Correct.
Oh, stop. Come on now. There y'all go with the conspiracy theories.
No, that's a conspiracy theory.
That's good comedy, man.
Listen, man. No, it ain't even about the comedy. I'm just saying that if you aspire to be an NBA athlete and on your way up to success, you learn what NBA athletes do off the court, and now that becomes part of your rhetoric. If what they're doing is something that people shouldn't be doing, and you get caught doing it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're gonna go down, you're gonna fall, but you probably sitting there like, yo, these dudes have been doing this for years. I was never into this before they indoctrinated me into that. Whatever that thing might be. It could be steroid, anything from steroids to little boys, I guess. I don't know.
Sheesh.
I have a theory about the black men in dresses, but I don't know if I can word it properly to kind of iterate that on this platform. But
I think if it's done in good taste, man, and it's good comedy, I'm with it. But personally, I would never get in the dress, especially if I was 21, 22 years old.
And why wouldn't you get in a dress? Why wouldn't you get in one?
I wouldn't entertain nothing like that because
but why
21, 22, I was a totally different person, and that definitely wasn't part of my swag.
That's what I'm saying. Anything. But why wouldn't you get in no dress though?
I'm just not that type of cat. I'm
so
not.
How's it funny?
And to be honest with you, Mel, I wasn't nothing to laugh at. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I believe you, but the fact that you think like that is the same reason why it ain't funny, and we got to understand why they keep wanting to do it. It's not really funny.
Honestly, to be honest with you, it's on you to do it. You know what I mean?
In all fairness, guys, did anybody see Mrs. Doubtfire?
Yeah, didn't like it. I don't like men in dress.
It's not just
what
it's
nobody
not
say
just
on
us.
what you got?
That's all I'm
Hated
saying.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, I mean, it wasn't my type of comedy, but I get it. I get it.
I get you, Dominique, but I think it's more so what you see. You see more black men in Hollywood do it than white men.
Nah, you've seen all of them in dresses.
I don't think it's
all of them.
Athletes.
That's all I'm saying. In comedy, that's a very popular thing. It's not just black men. I think that there's a different connotation when it is black men. So how we view it, it's definitely different. I'm just saying it's not only black men in these dresses.
If you look throughout history,
go ahead. I'm sorry, Brittany. Go ahead.
If we look throughout history, there was a one point in time way back in the day when they would do plays. Women weren't even allowed to be in plays, so men would have to put on dresses and wigs to play those parts. I'm not saying, like, I don't know the situation with black men in Hollywood. I'm not a part of Hollywood, but I do see how they do like to portray us, and I'm not saying it's right, but I don't know if this is only a black man issue, I guess I can say. But also, then the question that we have to ask is, and he's not here anymore, why did Flip Wilson? Because I think he was one of the first ones to do it. Flip Wilson did it, who's a comedian, and then you hear Jamie Foxx and Martin Lawrence, they looked up to Flip Wilson, and then they kind of follow suit. So
and that's a problem.
I find it as comedy, but I mean, I personally, at my age, I wouldn't have done it. But then I wasn't in the comedy realm like that, so I don't know.
Right.
And Larry Johnson wasn't in the comedy realm. He was a basketball player. But look, this is what I would say, and he's still ashamed of it to his day. Like when they put the picture on screen, he didn't even want them to put it up there. Man, take that junk down. Take it down. Oh, come on. He don't even like it, and he said he didn't want to do it then, but he had already spent the money. He didn't know what his rights was, right? So he just did it. He's not proud of it. This is my thing though. When people when you mention how Hollywood put men in dresses, because I'm only repeating what Dave Chappelle and other comedians have said. That said, look, man, it's a real thing that they want us to put us in dresses because it sends the images out to our people and it's a detriment to us. Now I hate when we bring that up and then someone say, well, black men are not the only ones doing it. It's almost like if I say we have an issue in our community with black men going to prison, and someone say, well, it's white people in prison too. That don't mean it's not an issue for us, and it don't mean that they're not really kind of targeting us for that. Just because you can point to a example of a minority that's in that situation. So when it comes to Hollywood and black men in dresses, it is an issue, and they do push that on them for some odd reason, and for some odd reason, it's just before they ascend into a higher plateau. It just is what it is. And if
I disagree.
But if people
I do agree. So that was the point I was trying to make though, Mel, is that like all men are in these dresses, right? But it's a totally different implication when it's black men doing it. Right. And I do think that there's gender implications there too, because especially today, why do you think it's even worse for Larry Johnson to see him in that dress? Because there's an influx of men demanding to be women. Mm-hmm. So you know what I'm saying? It's almost no longer funny now because
he helped usher that in, Dominique. That's probably what he's feeling. He's probably feeling like I did that.
Bro,
I did that.
I don't agree.
Yeah, I don't agree.
Racing to everything, bro.
And the reason I don't agree with it is because you can't.
I'm with it. Go ahead.
You can only maybe name 2 or 3 athletes that have done it. That was supposed to be something funny. Hollywood, that's a totally different story.
It's the same producers though, Corey.
Larry Johnson.
It's the same producers that produce commercials.
Nothing to do with Hollywood though. He don't have nothing to do with it.
It's the same producers, Corey.
I understand what you're saying, but that don't have nothing to do with it. These dudes in Hollywood, that's a totally different story.
Yeah, but the Hollywood producers are the ones who are producing the commercials.
But the reason that Larry Johnson probably don't want nothing to do with it no more, because now he knows what it entails. Athletes, that didn't have nothing to do with it.
We're conditioned at this point to find these things funny. So I get it. Like Eric, it's funny. Like I've laughed, like Big Mama's House, not just Jamie Foxx, but who else? Eddie Murphy for years has been doing this. So, it's not, we're conditioned at this point to find it funny and things like that. But there's definitely, there's a demasculating you know, of the Black man specifically when we put him in a dress. And that's, I think, the imagery that a lot of these producers want to perpetuate. And I'm not saying that
it happens over time, Dominique. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like now we cool with Wanda, and then it goes from there and there. And then next thing you know, look, then next thing you know, Chris is a regular watcher of whatever that show was when Uncle Clifford was getting bust down.
Yeah.
And he's just perfectly fine with it.
Even Jim Carrey was doing it. Like, look, Eric, you're saying that you think it's funny, but yet you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it at 20 and you wouldn't do it now. So there, you know, all I'm saying is and the reason is because, and I think you're not saying it, there's a subconscious bias, right? There's an implication when Black men are in dresses.
I get it. I would understand what y'all saying. I just think we take the whole race thing and we apply it to everything. Like, oh my God, they hate on the Black man. They trying to get us in dresses. Oh my God, the Black man is so oppressed. Man, you oppress yourself. You can say yes or no.
Oppressed. We didn't say oppressed, but
you can say yes or no.
Race do apply to everything.
Comfortable wearing that dress, whether he spent $1 million or not. He'd be like, "Hey, homie, I'm not wearing that dress. Y'all need to come up with another flick, another joke, another."
Look, I get that you don't feel personally oppressed, like maybe in your own household and things like that. But sometimes what we're experiencing as an individual does not represent the larger picture, and so Black people, in my opinion, are still the very most oppressed.
I get. I'm totally with you, and we definitely agree on that. I just think that we can't keep using oppression as a crutch. That's just me.
I don't think, but we not, Eric. I think, and me and you had this conversation a lot when we get on these topics, and like the other end of the spectrum of people who use it as an excuse is what you're thinking about. And then when someone says anything about race, you automatically link it to the far end of the spectrum of the people who make it as an excuse. I don't think nobody on this panel, including yourself, will ever use anything as an excuse. We go getters. Like, we all go getters.
Exactly.
So yeah, so you I mean, we
neither one of us is missing any meals, man.
Well, I miss one a day. I definitely miss one a day.
You know what I mean? We both got nice cars. We both live in nice houses. We both live in California. Come on, bro. Like, we made it happen. We changed our own circumstances. We both joined the Navy. We did our time. We did everything we were supposed to do. So I don't believe in that Black shit being a crutch, man. And I think people jump onto that shit, and you just don't want to hold yourself accountable for the shit you do. If you don't want to wear a dress, if you don't like how that shit feel, if you think you look fucked up in that situation, you can always say no. Hey, man, I already spent $1 million, so we're going to have to figure out something else to do with this commercial, homie.
That's what he should have did. But he was a rookie, though, Eric. You know what I mean? So
I'm just saying, if it was me.
Imagine hold on, who 21 in your house?
Trey.
Okay, imagine him if he didn't have his dad to call and get advice from at that moment. Imagine him, they done gave him $1 million. He done bought your wife a house. He ain't got the $1 million. He show up and they're like, yeah, put this dress on. You got to.
I'll be like,
he probably was like, man.
I'm like, you ain't put my motherfucking son in no dress. You ain't attaching my last name to that. Got me fucked up. Let me speak to your manager.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and move to the next topic. I was gonna open the phone line.
I just want to say, like, I'm okay if Black men want to wear a dress. Okay, I'm okay with it.
I'm not okay.
If that was your boyfriend, you wouldn't be cool with it.
That's right.
Ultimately, it's your choice. That's all I'm gonna say.
Exactly. Like, ultimately, like,
it's your choice on what you want to do. If that's what makes you happy, then that's what makes you happy.
Hey, if your boyfriend showed up right now, Britne, and he said, "Hey, I just want to wear a dress," you ain't gonna be with it.
Nothing about my boyfriend. I'm talking about.
I'm just saying.
General public.
Would you rather want your man in a dress or this outfit right here?
This is who I really am.
A blue Robbins vest, a leather jacket, and a flowered sweater with vanilla ice cream trimming on the bottom.
God.
And some mom jeans.
Yeah, I'm not fucking with it.
You ain't messing with it. All right, bet.
Yeah, but leave Princess alone.
All body types matter.
No, of course, yeah.
That was a good topic. Appreciate the comments, all the engagement on that topic, man. But we're gonna keep it pushing though.
So you missed a
good
one.
I see your power strip went out too.
Nah, man, I live in the sticks. I live in the boons.
All right, let's get into ESPN's top 100. You know they do this every year, and you know the purpose of them doing it is not so they can show how much basketball they know they do it, so they can get people to rage, just rage and click on this and talk about it, and it's working because we're talking about it. So I just go ahead and give you the list, right? They got Jokic at number 2. I mean at number 1. And they got Luka at number 2. And it's very interesting. Giannis at number 3. And Shai Gilgeous at number 4. They got Jason Tatum at number 5, which is funny because he couldn't even get in the game in the Olympics. They have Steph at number 6. They got LeBron at 7. They got Joel Embiid at number 8, and he was number 3 last year when they made this list. So he dropped 5 spots. They got KD at number 9, and number 10 is Anthony Edwards. Now, we'll get into the order of that list, but first I want to talk about Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
They said that he dropped because of injuries. Why he fell 5 spots? Injuries. When Embiid was healthy last season, he was having a truly historic season, as he was on pace to become the second player alongside only Wilt Chamberlain to have more points than minutes played. Then a knee injury derailed his season. As a result, the NBA reigning most valuable player wound up being ineligible to defend his crown, playing just 39 games. He came back in time to play against New York Knicks in the first round of the playoffs, but clearly was less than 100% due to the combination of his knee injuries and a case of Bell's palsy across Philadelphia's 6-game exit. Now, Gil's Arena was talking about this, and Brandon Jennings was the only one that was like, look, I get it. If you can't stay healthy, I can't rank you high. And this is how that conversation went.
If you really if we're having an honest basketball conversation, like eyes don't lie. Your eyes don't lie to you. The man is the most dominant player.
They could have put him in like 4, 3.
Joel Embiid.
We would have still argued. Yeah, but 8.
Joel Embiid is the most dominant player in the NBA. Period.
Yeah.
Period. No debate, question about it.
Yeah, when you say dominant,
what are his little blurbs?
Offensively, what do you?
Dominant.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Only thing stopping him is injury, not a human.
Not a
human, not a referee.
Nothing, no one.
I mean, that's a lot of players.
No facts. Like, listen, 4 or number 3.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put him at 4 and just let him get mad to go to 1. Right? Like we know he's gonna argue that he's 4, but that energy is fine because we know he's gonna go for 2, 3, or 1.
Absolutely.
Cool. I'm cool with that.
So you say if you put Giannis at 4 just to make him mad.
Put like this, yeah.
Anthony
like this. The top 4 is arguably they can all claim the number 1 or 2 spot.
Absolutely.
That is, there's nothing we can do with that.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, he's been hurt, so I get it. I mean, Kawhi Leonard should be top 10, but he's always hurt, so I get why he's 8.
But you get why he's 8.
Yeah. If Kawhi Leonard,
why register, right?
Because he's always, he's injured.
That's not Kawhi.
No, that's fine.
That's not
Kawhi. Like Kawhi Leonard should be top 10, but he's not because he's hurt. So I get it.
So who did?
Over who? Who would you take out?
Jason Tatum.
Whoa.
The hate continues.
I mean, Kawhi Leonard, he would be in there if he wasn't hurt all the time. So,
but he made second team.
Second team. That's what I'm saying. If he wasn't hurt all the time, he would be in there. So where Embiid is fine. He's always hurt.
No.
What does his injury have to do with his skill set?
The skill set is.
His injury has to do with everything. That's why he's not in the top 4. He's not available. That's why Kawhi Leonard's not in there.
Can I ask you a question? Hold on. I got a question for this Bucks fan over here. Did y'all best player miss games last year in the playoffs?
Yeah, what they got to do anything?
He's still 3.
He was hurt.
Okay.
He's still 3.
Did he miss games?
Missed the entire postseason in 2024.
The Heat the year before.
Yeah, but Kawhi Leonard's not even. But he's not even these.
But you said Joel though.
He's not even available either.
Playoffs.
A little bit.
Huh? He played more than Giannis in the playoffs.
A little bit. I mean, he ain't got a. I mean, Giannis got a ring. Giannis got a ring. Prove.
But he averaged more points.
I'm proving. Go get one.
Right.
Go get
last
one.
Year.
Go get one.
Last year.
I got a ring. Go get a ring. Go get a ring.
You got one.
I got one though.
But we
got one though. But we got one though. When he gonna get one?
No, we're talking about.
When is he gonna get one? When is he gonna get one? So all that shit about all that y'all talking. He's right where he should be. So until he become healthy.
Nah.
Just like.
Hey man, thoughts, man.
I think the biggest flaw in these lists every year is that they continue to group a player's entire resume and accolades into the list. I think the list should be solely based on performance of the last season. And I think if that was the case, then the top 10 would not be what it is, right? Availability is your best ability.
The
right?
best ability is availability. Yep.
Kawhi should not be in the top 10. Embiid should not be in the top 10. If you can't play, how can I judge your game? Right? I'm only supposed to judge off a small sample size, but they say Joel played 39 games. When you got people who
and all the playoffs,
and then you got people who played the league minimum for awards at 65 plus the playoffs.
So that mean Giannis can't be ranked top 10.
Giannis can't be ranked top 10.
That's tough.
And I like I said, I think it goes to they group the entire resume, and if you're doing these 100 lists every year, it should be refreshed from what that player did the previous year.
Yeah, if they active.
Because you'll look stupid. You'll look stupid.
What you mean?
Let's say, oh, I don't know, Jokic only plays 30 games this year, and you come out with a top 10 that says that man not a top 10 player. You'll lose all credibility, even if you say it's based off of last year's stuff. Like, I get it. I get what you're saying, and in theory, it makes sense, but those lists would be even more egregious. You know what I'm saying?
I think when it comes to people like Joel, though, I think that while I don't think he should have dropped down to what was he, 7, 8?
Number 8.
8, yeah, I don't think it should have dropped that far, but the best ability is availability. I think that you kind of have to base it off last year. But yeah, I don't think he should have dropped that far. I get it. And I think that you should keep the same energy for everybody, though. If you're going to do it like that, then you need to, just like they said, Giannis didn't play.
Right.
Like, you got to keep that same energy. If you're going to drop him 4 spots for not playing, then you got to drop him 4 spots for not playing. And they're not keeping it in the road. So you don't know what their criteria is. It's a criteria thing again. Like,
what I'm saying is it's a difference between a player who got hurt and a player who stays hurt. You get what I'm saying?
Agreed.
And you got to separate it. Embiid kind of stays hurt. Kawhi was like still in the top 20. We don't even know if he can hoop no more. We don't know that.
So Jay, and you make a good point. So a player that got hurt and a player that stays hurt is different. And I think when people are making this list and punishing players for certain things, because they punish Kawhi, they punish Kyrie for missing games, not because he lost any skill in his basketball. They punish him because he got suspended 2 years in a row. Right? They punish him for that. And that's why he was ranked number 25 this year. He was ranked number 34 last year. The year before that, when he was in Brooklyn, he was ranked in the 60s and 70s. That it's not that he lost skill. They're punishing him through the media, through rankings and lists like this, for you not being available. That's number one. All right.
Hold on.
Now, go ahead.
All right. So with what you just said, right? His skill set never changed. It's just like having a Ferrari in the garage, right?
Mm-hmm.
With somebody like Kawhi or Embiid, right? Like, they constantly have a flat tire. What good is it for you? With Kawhi, they just took the keys. That Ferrari is still good. It just don't have no keys. But if this Ferrari is always shut down, you understand what I'm saying? There's a difference. It's a difference. There's a difference.
But when I put it on the road, if it still operates at whatever horsepower it's supposed to operate, and that's how you're supposed to do these lists if you're going to include injuries. Did they suffer an injury that's going to change the way or how effective they are as a player? Like, did they have an injury where, oh man, he's not going to be able to jump, or he going to have to play with a swollen knee for the rest of his career, or he going to have to play in the brace? Like, if I can see you dropping for that, but if the injury didn't change your skill set or how well you can perform on the floor, I don't think you should drop for that just because you go miss games.
Well,
you're still one of the best players.
Embiid in the Olympics though, and he looked like the Ferrari that was constantly on the spare tire. He didn't look good.
Yeah,
that's what I was just about to bring up, is that I think his ranking is being impacted by his play in FIBA. He was exposed, in my opinion, in Olympic play.
They should have said that on the article instead of saying because of injuries.
He hurt. Yeah.
And furthermore, we all know that big man supposed to look good with LeBron.
That too. But him getting fat, there were other things. So yes, the style of play impacted his game, but honestly, I'm holding Embiid accountable for the getting fouled out, just like literally not being able to adjust to FIBA until basically the end of the Olympic series. So that was my issue with him.
So Curry too, huh? Curry should be dropped too then, huh?
Out of the top 10 because of his FIBA play?
He didn't look good in FIBA until the silver and gold medal game.
Tatum should be at least at best 12, right?
Tatum should be 25 based on FIBA.
That's 12. Because 11 people got more burned in them.
But that's the thing though. Like with Tatum, he just got his keys taken away.
Yeah, but we're just poking holes in how bad this list is on how they're trying to use their criteria. There's no criteria, no rhyme or reason. They're just throwing stuff out there and just making people talk about it.
The objective of what the objective of the list is, though, right? It's just to make sure that LeBron is a top 10 player headed out of his career. He's ranked number 7. It's all the objective of this list is to say, oh, LeBron is number 7. He's above so and so and so and so and so and so.
Above Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, that's what the list is about.
Look,
nothing else. I don't even think they gave a damn.
LeBron out of it.
Hey,
my biggest.
That's the story,
though.
Another week.
Eric, that's the story. It's the story that he's in year 22 and he's above all these other players.
Well, the story of this list is bad every year. This list is bad every year.
It is. This list is. This list is who do I like the best? That's what this is.
And then number 2, listen, maybe it's me.
Who owns ESPN, Jay?
Disney.
ESPN. That's what we call it.
Period.
Listen, man. Listen. So people, listen. We got to quit acting like LeBron got all this power, man. This man, listen, Disney is the parent company of ESPN. LeBron can't tell the man who bought Marvel what to do.
Let Mickey.
Look, when you make a deal with Disney, ESPN, and the NBA to convince everyone to go into the bubble so they can't lose all the money that they thought they was gonna lose in 2020.
That man can't make that deal.
They owe you. They owe you.
The person who when you think of that mouse, the only thing black you think of with Disney is that mouse. It ain't LeBron at all. We gotta remember what we know, guys.
Jay, how can you say that? ESPN is out there reporting that Bronny is a good basketball player.
No, ESPN is doing it.
So
they're not reporting it.
Really?
Yes, they were.
Doing it, yeah.
Yes, they literally were.
Listen, ESPN is what it is, man. It's the worldwide leader in sports.
But which one is it? Does it LeBron not have any power, or does he?
He ain't got the kind of power y'all act like he got. If he had that kind of power, number one,
next thing closer to God, according to y'all.
Number one, if he had that kind of power, his hairline would be intact. Number one.
Exactly.
No, ESPN ain't got the
man
magic
weave on. I mean, that hairline is not real.
But it still ain't intact. That's what I'm saying. He can't even give you a good fake hairline. Number 2, if he had that kind of power, if he had that kind of power, Bronny would have been a max player, not a 55th player. Listen,
there's only so much
coming.
he could do.
That's coming soon, Jay.
So much.
That's coming soon, Jay. That's definitely coming soon.
All I'm saying is
going to get the max contract, and they're going to say it's because of his jersey sales.
LeBron James does not have the type of power over this Disney entity as people try to say. He don't. He just don't.
To the game, we got to reward him with a 4
he ain't got power over Disney.
If he was at those Diddy parties, like they're reporting that he was at, then he has a lot of power.
Lord have mercy.
Put him in there.
I don't think he was, but he's got a lot of power.
Did y'all see the game last night when Bronny came in and got his stuff blocked to the backboard by KD, all ball, and they called a foul?
And it was a foul.
And it was not a foul at all. It was all ball, and they still didn't reverse it, and he missed both the free throws. I'm like, they trying to get his man points, and he went
LeBron made him. LeBron made him do that too. But here's the thing, right? Here, two things can't be true when they polar opposite. So if LeBron controls this list, we all agree that he's a narcissist, right?
No, I don't think he controlled the list.
No, I'm saying we all agree that he's a narcissist. If this was LeBron driven, that man would not be 7. That man would be uno.
They put him as high as they could get him without looking retarded.
You can't put him one.
You can put him over Steph.
They put him as high as they can get him.
You can put him
7
over.
is
You
the
can put him
highest
over.
they can get him.
Dude. First of all, the list started off with 3 bad entries back to back to back. 1, 2, and 3 is all trash.
They don't play no defense. You know what? I got another clip for y'all, and then I'm gonna get into these super chats. So just speaking on the Joel Embiid stuff, man. Kevin Garnett, you know Kevin Garnett, he slips in and out of wanting to be a media member that drinks the Kool-Aid, but every now and then something bothers him so bad where he got to snap out and be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So this was one of his honest moments.
Like it's over. Like I guess for the duration that he's ever in the league, which is a fucking amazing that he can get this off. I mean, this is it, dog. Back to backs are part of the fucking of the.
So that's gonna be about like 15 this year.
Games
so automatically you're not playing in 15 games. So
he's missed.
You got a
67
game schedule.
Right. He's gonna play one of those games, but he's not gonna play both of those games.
Yeah.
Man, listen. Okay.
What do you think is a good number of games he
played? 82 games, man. This is what the fucking job calls for. You're not practicing. You're not even playing a whole fucking. You don't play in the summer.
Right.
I can see if you playing in the summer, you on the playground, you went to the Olympics, then it's training camp. Y'all do 30 days of fucking tour days. Okay, that's when you get rest. Man, I don't want to hear this shit, man. I don't want to hear none of this shit. Motherfucker can sit out a back-to-backs. Bro. Hey, listen, we done with that comparison of the era shit. We're going to respect this era and what it does, and that's it. Don't compare nobody and none of this shit because you can't. If you ain't play, man, listen.
I think that's going to hurt Philly.
That's going to hurt Philly from not even that, but bro.
From a seeding perspective.
It's rhythm. One night I got P. Next night I ain't got it.
You might have to they might put themselves in the position to where they play Boston in the first round.
Bro, the league
that might not be good.
Control, bro. This is all over the place. Real shit. And ain't nobody saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody holding nobody accountable, bro. So not only are they not gonna practice, they gonna sit out. I ain't got you in 15.
I look
back to backs. So guess what teams gonna do? Teams now can lock in on you. Okay, let me see what Philly playing. Okay, here. Okay, look, if he probably not, because they gonna go, who's the team that we can better beat out of the night? So you got some nights they're gonna have Boston, Orlando. Okay, probably let's go ahead and you're gonna play Orlando. Like that's what's finna happen.
So he said he snapped out of it because remember he put out the olive branch and was like, all right, I'm gonna stop dogging this era. I'm gonna big up this era. I'm gonna big up LeBron. I'm gonna all this stuff. But he like, look, man, I can't keep doing this, man. Y'all can't play 82 games. Name a superstar that was in that top 5 list that played 82 games. Name one. The only person who played close to 82 games that was in the top 10 was Tatum and Edwards.
Yep, and
Luka Vandross show ain't playing 82.
Nah.
KD little baby body ain't playing 82. You know LeBron 10 man ain't playing 82. Steph, Mr. Glass ain't playing 82. Embiid, AD, none of them. The ones they want to spit on the most, Jason Tatum, is the one who's playing the games and who won the chip and who's playing both ends of the floor. And and who's playing without the ball. But that's the one they want to spit on. And KG is like, this junk is crazy, man. Don't compare the eras no more. This is the weakest era of basketball that we've ever seen. The weakest. The GOAT cannot come out of this era. The best of anything can't come out of this era. Steph ain't even the best shooter. Ray Allen is. The best cannot come out of this era. This is trash. You can't play 82 games. Steph would shoot 5% less if he played all 82 like Ray Allen did. And that's a fact.
And I mean, we know what he does in the fourth quarter. He's not a fourth quarter player historically.
It's just man. Shout out to my boy Brandon Trapp in the building, man. What's up?
T-Rapper.
Yeah, that's facts. The best of nothing can't the best can't come out of the weakest era.
I don't know about that.
Imagine naming somebody the best fighter, but he fought around. He fought people that had one hand.
Make us understand how the best player can come out of this era.
It's not possible. The environment don't exist.
The best of anything can come out of the weakest time period, and I don't know about that.
Well, as far as basketball, because you got an opposition that go hand in hand with what you're supposed to do. And we're only rewarding people for points, rebounds, and assists. That's it. That's the only part of basketball where people get rewarded: points, rebounds, and assists. If you can do that, you can be number one. Nobody's talking about defense. Nobody's talking about playing all the games. Nobody's talking about heart. Nobody's talking about doing it the normal way. It's just that if I can form a super team and get a ring, I can be compared to Mike, right?
I don't even have to repeat titles. I can just win one time, or maybe not even win. Now it looks like we're headed towards a place where you don't even have to win.
Jay,
I don't know about that.
I'm with you. You know why I'm with you? You know why I'm with you, Jay? The reason I'm with you is because maybe in basketball y'all can argue that, but in football, I think we're getting ready to see one of the greatest players come out of this era.
But it's not. But this era in football is not weak though.
Hold on. It's weaker. It's weaker.
Some people can say it's weaker, right?
Right. You think who you think was more afraid to get their legs taken out of them, thrown in the pocket, or getting their head taken off? Joe Montana or Pat Mahomes?
Oh, no question.
Exactly.
No question.
Well,
right.
You know what? I'm with you. I'm actually, I agree, because Eric, I don't think that today's football players are better than yesteryear.
Why not?
It's not possible.
I have Joe Montana ranked as the greatest quarterback of all time. I have LT ranked as the best football player, period, of all time. I don't have Tom Brady ranked number one like most people do.
I'm not mad at either one of those.
Most people would disagree with you and tell you that Tom Brady's the greatest player of all time.
I know that's an unpopular opinion, but that's, I love Eli Manning. I don't know. I think that there's guys.
I get it.
You might as well like the book.
You had me right.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Hey, y'all, we
got one call on the line from Tennessee. You got 30 seconds because we trying to make our time. We over our time right now. You got 30 seconds.
Like Dan Marino.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Yeah. First of all, Mel, you tripping? Ray Allen is better than Steph Curry. Cut that out.
I ain't say Ray Allen was better than Steph Curry. I said
he's a better shooter.
He's a better shooter. Hold on. Let me say this. There are greater shooters that are better than Steph Curry. Mark Price is either as good or better than Steph Curry as a shooter. Craig Hodges is
I only got 30 seconds.
Hold on. Craig Hodges is a greater shooter than Steph Curry. There's a lot of shooters that's better than Steph Curry, but they're not as good as Steph Curry as players, so you didn't see them shoot that much. And plus, they played in the era where they didn't jack up 15 threes a game. So, yeah, if Mark Price came down and played the way Steph Curry plays now, you would have seen what he could do. He was one of the first 50, 40, 90s.
I can't give you that one, man. But I just want to say, man, shout out to Kawhi Leonard. I think, my boy Kawhi just got hurt, man. He probably done for his career. And I think, I just want to say, man, I love Kawhi Leonard. I think he's probably one of the great players. When healthy, I think he's better than everybody on this list. Like, I think he'd be number one. Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah. How much you love him?
Better than LeBron.
You'll let him.
He definitely one of my favorite players. He's definitely one of my favorite players of this era. He got that ring in Toronto. I think that one was real legit for him. But yeah, I just wanted to shout out Kawhi Leonard, man. I mean, he probably about to retire. He probably should, but I think a healthy Kawhi Leonard. I just wanted to say that, man. Give him his flowers. I think a healthy Kawhi Leonard better than everybody on this list. But I love the show, man. Y'all doing a good job. I know it's a lot of hard work. I appreciate y'all. I listen every night that I can.
Man, I appreciate
y'all
that.
have a good night.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Thanks. Nobody likes my Steph take. They think Steph is just the greatest shooters because listen, man, I'm telling you.
I don't know. They
So
probably
here's the thing about that take. It ain't wrong, but it ain't popular.
It ain't. Yeah, you're right. It ain't popular.
Sometimes, most of the time, the truth ain't gonna be. I mean, like people don't even know who probably Mark Price was. Like at the end of the day, like they don't. Circumstances definitely styles make fights. So if this league is catered to 3-pointers and dunks, then naturally by selection, people are going to make more shots when it comes to shooting. So I get what you're saying. Like Mark Price was he's a Georgia Tech alum. So, he was a shooter. They're not going to like that opinion or Ray Allen or anybody better than Steph because he is considered the best by everybody because he got the most. But it's designed for him to have the most. This gameplay is designed for him to have the most shots.
Correct. It's like if I ask you who the finest girl in America is, somebody's probably go name Miss America. But it's some girls that didn't even join the competition that look better than her.
The fact of the matter
in the
is,
competition that look better than her.
Whenever you're comparing eras and players from different eras, the question that you have to ask yourself that no one ever asks themselves is what were they asked to do? You know what I'm saying? You never seen David Robinson full complement of skills because he wasn't asked to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what were they asked to do?
We can see it now. We can see we can see
whoa,
we can see it.
Hey, how did
we can see that. That look like Giannis out there.
David Robinson handles.
Exactly. Look at him. Come here and finish it. He better than Giannis.
Too. That was easy left hand lay.
That was a Euro step. That was a Euro step.
That's the second best left-handed player I ever seen with my
coast
own
to coast,
squad.
faster than Giannis. Coast to coast. Look at that.
Yo, listen. David Robinson doing a Euro step in non-HD is amazing.
Pure athlete.
Yeah, David Robinson better than Giannis. I'm starting it right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
David
Right.
Robinson better than a lot of niggas for real.
Yeah, facts. All right, caller from who I got on the line? Caller from Pennsylvania. Go ahead.
Man, 33 Sugi again. I was just so enthralled with y'all conversation. I had to call in again. Just to piggyback off of what y'all saying before. The best ability is availability, but if we playing the eye test and we talking about skill set, you know what I mean? Like LeBron should be lower. I don't think it's lost on any of y'all that the top two players just happen to be white Europeans.
Well, hold on. Let me pause you right there.
Uh-oh.
And everyone keeps saying the best availability is availability. Oh, the best ability.
No one said that. Yeah.
Hold on. My bad.
Nobody ever said
The
that.
best ability is availability.
Well,
but hold on. 33.
Chris
Yeah, Chris said that. But 33, let me ask you this, and I'm gonna ask you this as well, Chris. What's the worst ability?
Not being there.
Lack of accountability?
No, the worst ability is liability on defense. And that's what Luka and Jokic is. You can't ignore the defensive end of the ball. So when Embiid is on the floor, he's a lockdown defender, a rim protector. He's locking his man down and all of that. So he's giving you both ends of the floor, right? Like double dragon. But with Luka, even when he's on the floor, he's a liability. And that's a worse ability than let me just ask you this, Chris. Which one is closer to being a detriment to your team? You not been available or you been a liability on defense?
It's definitely being a liability on defense because if you can't play because of injury, that means somebody can take your spot and play defense.
But if your team depends on you and you ain't there, then it's that.
Yeah, but your team defends. Everybody got to defend. Everybody ain't got to score on offense. Some people on hold on, Sugi. Some people on offense is there to set screens and get offensive rebounds and catch and shoot. I don't need your points. I don't need your offense for real. But on defense, it don't work if there's a weak link. Everyone has to be good on defense and at least stop their man at a minimum.
Well, it used to be like that. It ain't like
I
that.
was gonna say it ain't like that no more.
It ain't like that no more. When I heard Jason Kidd say we all got to help Luke out on defense, I said you can't say that and then say he the MVP at the same time.
Yeah.
You can't, but they do.
Crazy.
Hey, man, plus bench players tend to be more passionate on defense because if you ain't out there contributing in some way, they sit your ass back down. But that's you know what I'm saying? Like, so if somebody get hurt and that dude coming up, he's like, I want to show whoever watching that I can contribute on whatever end of the floor they need me on so I can keep making this money. You know, that's kind of a general statement, but I tend to see that happen.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. Thanks. Let me get these other calls in because we're in a rush, man.
I'm
Thanks,
about to make everybody mad with this. Until Wemby and Zach Edey are the two most dominant players in the NBA, I don't believe it.
Oh, Zach Edey is he gonna be
nobody should be able to stop neither one of them
right now. I'm telling you right. Caller from Louisiana, go ahead.
What's up, man?
Who this?
This Louisiana, man.
Oh, this white Jesus?
Yeah, I got a question for all y'all.
Come on, man.
No, I got a question for all y'all.
Go ahead.
What color Jesus was?
He was black, bro.
Oh man, come on, dog. Is this the slave colony again?
Girl.
All right, man. We out, man. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Yeah, I know.
Bye.
Man. Hey, man, get off the plantation, man. Look. There you go, man.
That man said.
There you go, man. They gave you your papers, man. You good.
Yeah.
There you go, bro.
They gave you your papers.
They gave you your papers.
Juneteenth, boy. God.
You go to Mississippi now, man. It's all right, bro.
What's up, Mel?
What's up, man?
This is the last call, y'all. Last call. Caller from Ontario, Canada. What's up, brother?
Hey, great.
Hey, what's going on?
What's good?
Hey, man. Great show you guys had. Just want to
killing somebody?
Great work.
Damn, man.
Appreciate you, big guy.
Some
the ESPN list is a total sham. I definitely agree that health has a lot to do with it. And if you're not available to play, and you're not consistent, you can't play both ends of the floor. All those things should be taken into consideration.
Facts.
Where you are ranked. And I agree that LeBron has a lot of sway and a lot of control. And that's the league's fault, man. You're not going to promote these young guys. And you're just leaning on him all the time. This is what you get. Other than that, man, I liked everything that everyone said. Everyone had great points. And controversial take. I think Ray Allen is my favorite shooter of all time.
Yeah, it's a lot of them out there. Dale Ellis, Dale Curry.
And I can't remember one day somebody was I think it was Steve Jackson said something stupid and said Ray Allen wasn't athletic. And I'm like, what?
Sheesh.
No, you didn't watch early Ray Allen Bucks. What are you talking about? This guy. You look at his highlight package. He was throwing down on people even when he got to Seattle.
Facts.
He's still very athletic.
They ain't calling Jesus Shuttleworth for nothing.
Facts.
Hey, man, trust me.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, brother.
I'm gonna let you guys go.
Yep. Appreciate the call, man.
Great work, all of y'all. Oh, I was gonna say, put all the rest of the guys' handles up so I can follow the rest of the crew. Because right now I'm only following that Man Down Sports.
It's in the it's in the description.
So,
it's in the description box for the video.
It's in the description box.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll follow everybody else.
All right, no doubt.
Bless
All
up.
right, bro. Yep.
All right, bro.
All right, let's move. Are we done? Are we done?
No, we can't be done until we talk about this picking week. Now we ain't done.
Oh no. I'm talking about this segment. I'm talking about this segment. What I did want to say though, Jay, somebody had mentioned something. I wanted to I can't even remember. It was, man, I had a point I wanted to make, but it's all right. It'll come back to me later. I say it on Sideline Speaks when I get invited over there.
I like that hat you got on, man.
Mm-hmm. You like that, don't you? Throw a quick shot though.
I want a shot.
You are invited anytime. That's
what I'm saying. Hey.
We can get
That's
on
what I'm
Sideline
saying.
Speaks for real.
It was track at one time.
What was track?
You had to do something with track or something, right?
Oh yeah. No, but we did it though. Then I came on it. Yeah, I came about like 2 months ago, maybe.
Pause. Hell no.
Yeah, you can't let that run.
You did what?
Yeah.
That's I did the show.
Jay, Jay, don't do that. We're not doing that.
No,
Hey, Britne, are you gonna be in? Are you gonna be in LA
Sideline
anytime soon? Britne,
she's supposed to be coming down for the thing.
Are you gonna be in LA anytime soon? No, I'm just asking a question.
You know what? Since y'all opened that box up, hey man, we got something we planning with CALI Strong, right? It's a brand that we just had a meeting with, and we might be partnering with them, and we might be doing some stuff. And
hey, until they see your email back, don't even mention their name.
Well, I mean, no, you know what? We straight. No, I say this, CALI Strong, man. That's a dope brand out here in Cali. Y'all can go to the website. I got it linked in our description box, man. They got good gear, but you'll hear more about it and more from us about it later. But we just got some things in the works with it.
They definitely partnered with my all-time favorite NBA player, the late great Bill Walton.
And and Sher Miller and a couple other people, Jerry Weiss. It is what it is. But let's get into football really quick.
You know what?
Let's go.
I ain't dealing with that.
Don't get in the car. Don't get in the car.
Getting in the car.
Rest in peace.
All right, let's get into
I can have two favorites.
Football is for this week, yo.
Man, I gotta get.
I don't appreciate them little emojis,
bro.
by my name.
I hate that I missed that 1 week.
If you get up out of last place, you wouldn't have to worry about them emojis.
I don't even know who that at the top.
So
damn, Corey just died.
Another week plus a Thursday night is in the books of NFL. We got the rankings. Not much really moved. Shout out to Dominque for making it above 500. So she's making a comeback.
After missing a whole week, that's impressive.
Yeah. So but Jay's still holding strong in first place with his weak ass. Zoe's in second.
Y'all missed something. First of all, let me shout out.
Hold on. Whose segment is this?
It doesn't matter. Let me shout out Dominque for her perfect week. She did more than just get out of above 500. She had a perfect week, man, and that's big up for her, man.
Who else had a perfect week?
Because we got to celebrate when people get perfect weeks.
Wow, who else got Dominque? Wow, who else got a perfect week?
Oh, you're reigning,
I got a perfect week.
Defending.
Technically, I got a perfect week as well.
Number one person, me, had a perfect week. You didn't have a perfect week.
I said technically I did. I changed my pick because I knew I wanted to be the only one with a perfect week. I didn't want to share it with nobody. Like
you didn't have a perfect week.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
One time I had some
Only because I changed
buns
my
and I
pick.
went out of some buns I thought I could get, and
that's
I
not the same thing. No, that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. You not closing the deal is different.
But I do want to ask everybody not named Chris and Zoe, why the hell did y'all pick the Saints last night?
So let me tell you why I picked the Saints.
What was y'all thinking? You know they ain't got nobody.
Nobody. It's Alvin Kamara and the Saints-ettes.
So listen, this is why I picked the Saints, because I'm never picking Denver ever on anything.
Got it. Okay, that's fair.
I thought Spencer Rattler would play better than he did.
I mean, it's his first. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Everything. I mean, he
ain't
had
have no help.
He ain't have no help around him, and he wasn't helping himself. So
he had worse.
He definitely didn't help himself.
He had worse receivers than Ben L. Smith High.
Well, I mean, he fumbled some snaps and all kinds of things. That ain't got nothing to do with the
surface. Yeah, but he didn't have Olave. He didn't have Shaheed. Like they decimated that corner. Like they just not. They're not a whole team.
They thought about putting Honey Badger at receiver.
Exactly.
Where was this team when they came to Dallas?
Oh yeah,
this is the same team that beat Dallas by infinity.
It wasn't this team.
And all the receivers left their hands in the locker room, so
yeah,
they couldn't catch a cold. But
all right, so let's get into some of these games that we think is going to be pretty good coming up Sunday. And we'll start with the 49ers and the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs. And here's the thing with that. 49ers not healthy. But they're a good team, and it's not possible. No,
I can't see it. 49ers been in close games with everybody this entire season. They probably should have lost more than they won. They just like you said, they do have injuries, but I mean they just don't look as dominant, and they're not going to do that against the Chiefs. I don't think so.
That list is extensive. That injury report list is extensive.
They're missing their whole running back room on offense.
Christian McCaffrey.
They kicker and they backup kicker both got leg injuries.
Yeah, Mason's
going too.
Now he'll play. He'll play. He had a shoulder thing. He'll play. But shoot, imagine your number one and your number two receiver and your number one running back all on IR.
Exactly.
So I ain't
They're
just
not
going
on IR anymore, right?
They not. I'm talking about Kansas City.
You talking about Kansas City?
Oh, Kansas City. Okay.
We talking about Kansas City.
Yeah, but y'all came into the season without a number one receiver or number two.
Rashee Rice is a number one receiver.
Rashee is number one receiver.
And Hollywood Brown is the number two.
He's a number three at best.
Who?
Rashee Rice, number one.
Rashee Rice, number three.
He was leading the league in receiving.
You ain't gonna keep me on this segment longer than we need to be on this.
He's a number three.
What it boils down to, listen,
just like when you put a Chrysler 300 beside what they say it used to look like a Maybach, a Bentley. If you put Rashee Rice beside a real number one receiver, he's not going to look like a number one receiver. Put Rashee Rice on a team with Devontae Adams in his prime. Who's the number one?
We're talking about
Devontae Adams. Put Rashee Rice beside Mike Evans. Who's the number one? Put Rashee Rice beside Stephon Diggs. Who's the number one?
Rashee Rice.
You can go down the list. Put Rashee Rice beside.
Look, I was quiet when it wasn't him.
Justin Jefferson. Who's the number one? Justin Jefferson. Jamar Chase. Justin Jeff. You can go down a list of every team's number one, and Rashee Rice is.
You might could go down that list, but Diggs ain't on it. I can tell you that.
On that list.
You're doing good till you said Diggs.
I said Diggs is in his prime. I'm talking about in his prime. Rashee Rice is in his prime.
No, Rashee Rice is in his second year, bro. Third year. This is his third year.
Diggs is in his 100 year.
Dude, listen. All I'm gonna say is this right here.
You ain't no number one, Jay.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is I can tell you why, but I'm not going to. Not here. This is not the time or the place for it. If you want to know why Kansas City will win this game, all you have to do is go right over to Kingdom Come Sports. I broke this game. Me and Eric officially broke this game down from every angle, pause, and yeah.
And I detected nothing but cap when I watched it. It was just a lot of cap.
You know what? Because Melvin, you're a real hater, man. But I get it. You know what I mean?
Not a fake one, a real one.
You the dude be like, oh man, you got last year's Bentley. That's not this year's Bentley. That's why
they only got 3 people out. San Francisco.
That's what I'm saying. So offensively, what's San Fran's excuse outside of missing Christian McCaffrey? Because from my understanding, when 49ers fans is yapping and chapping and yelling and screaming and doing all that crazy stuff at me, they always say Debo. As long as Debo's not out, we good. He's the main guy for our offense. He's the most important piece for our offense.
Only person missing is Jawan Jennings, but Ricky Pearsall is coming back, so shouldn't be an issue.
McCaffrey is back.
Trade. No, he on IR. They don't even count. McCaffrey not suiting up this whole year. No. Heard it here first. Yeah, McCaffrey's going.
He'll suit up for Dallas.
Anybody can shoot up for Dallas. I get up in there and shoot up for Dallas. I suit up for Dallas.
Hey man, Ricky Watters might suit up for Dallas.
Yeah,
he might.
Dominique, what was you about to say? Dominique had something she was about to say. I'm sorry.
Muted.
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
I didn't really have anything to say. I picked the Saints too, so I lost that one. That made me really sad.
Oh, after coming off that perfect week, huh?
Exactly.
Well, I thought you said
I forgot to pick, so I just now picked.
Oh, y'all is tripping tonight.
That'll probably upset somebody too coming off.
Perks are that's like an upper, right?
I don't know.
That's not my thing. I moved to California. You know, I'm
That's
not
what they
into
say,
that.
Frank.
Brittany, what other games we got to look forward to this weekend?
So I'm assuming we all choosing.
We just gonna skip over Kansas City?
I mean, we
Like-
can.
I mean, you said you didn't want to spend more time on this topic. You
already know who's gonna win.
49ers, and I'm excited for that game because it's going to be lit here in the Bay Area. But I think KC will win. I picked them to win.
Yeah, I'm picking KC.
It needs to be a perfect.
Hold on, wait.
Kyle Shanahan got to prove to me that he could beat.
He can't.
Andy Reid.
Wait,
Hasn't done it yet.
no. Time out.
Mel definitely picked him.
Nah, not all that shit you was just talking.
Yeah, he definitely picked him.
I wasn't talking about nothing about them not winning. I just said y'all didn't have no number one receiver. You trying to make it seem like y'all 5-0 without a number one. Y'all ain't had a number one since Tyreek Hill left.
Man, Scott Moore's there.
That's not a number
You know
one
what?
receiver.
You know what? My bad. That's me. That's my bad.
Yeah, that definitely was your bad.
That didn't help the argument, Jay.
You know what y'all got?
Y'all
Y'all got one of them single moms that say I'm the mama and the daddy. You know, you don't have a daddy.
Oh,
you got a mama and that's it. You don't have no dad in the house.
Oh wow!
Just because you occupy that role.
Oh wow! That went down another road.
That was kind of deep.
Like, no. What I'm saying, just because you in the number one role, don't mean you're a number one receiver.
I actually got the reference.
It was crazy.
I missed it. I totally missed that one.
That went down a totally different path.
Yeah, he took us down a whole different path on that one.
Hey, I'm about to y'all look at this comment. Dominique, you look at this comment right here.
Wow. I don't look.
And you do got a little bit. And you do got a little bit of truth.
You look like the truth a little bit.
I don't see it. I'll be
Corey.
If I could see it, I would have been after Corey.
That's the truth right there.
Paul Pierce, he's a one of a kind.
That's the truth.
Dominique, we gotta talk after this, okay?
Look,
we gotta have a
just so you
conversation
know,
after this.
I think that the truth is ignoring me because I've already tried. You know, Kevin Garnett. It was Kevin Garnett for a long time. Now it's Paul Pierce. So they're friends. That doesn't really work. You know,
they probably is
like, talking about me.
They comparing notes at this point.
Yeah,
you inboxed me already, Lord.
Like Dusty and Mustard.
When I found out Kevin Garnett got divorced, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm moving to California. And then I couldn't find him. And now Paul Pierce started showing up on Undisputed. And I'm like, oh snap. I just noticed him differently.
Hey, when you see this latest episode, hey man, he done trimmed down. You know, that Ozempic is he on it, man.
He pulled a mace. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, he got the Ozempic. He slimmed down.
Mace on that Ozempic on that O2.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Nah, Mace in the gym, man.
What's the next game?
Mace ain't on the shot, yo.
Yeah,
Mace lost his weight by diet and exercise.
What's the next game?
All right.
So Kello, you're crazy.
This is another thing that was in the news. You know, you got Devontae Adams actually, got traded. We kind of assumed that he was going to the Jets. I think that was on his wish list, but you never know if that's true or not. But he's with the Jets. Russell Wilson getting a start for the first time this season. They benching Justin Fields. We'll get into what we think, if that was the right thing for Pittsburgh or not. But I want to ask y'all this question: who gonna make more of an impact in this game because they play each other? Who gonna make more of an impact being newcomers to the lineup? Adams or Russell Wilson?
Sierra.
The answer can never be Russell Wilson.
You know she got a BBL now, right?
Does she?
Yeah, she got a BBL.
Nah, man, that's called 4 kids.
No.
Okay, so what was the score last week with Pittsburgh? Didn't they blow somebody up?
33 to something. They beat Vegas.
Like 33
that
to
don't
14.
count, bro.
It was convincing.
It don't matter. It don't matter because your quarterback played probably the best game he's played all season, and then you're gonna bench him.
Yep.
Like, what sense does that make?
Because he was always the number 2. Mike Tomlin told y'all at the beginning of the year, hey, Russ healthy, we going with Russ. Now Russ healthy, we going with Russ.
Exactly.
Russ will play one half of this football game.
Nah.
He gonna play both. He gonna Bronco
Russ
country.
gonna
Let's
throw
ride.
picks.
He gonna play the whole game.
The worst case scenario is they bring Fields in for some of them plays where he where his design runs. They you know what I'm saying?
They're gonna use Field like Miami used to use Marcus Vick.
Yeah. Because what if I'm Mike Tomlin, what I'm doing right now is I'm making the Jets prepare just for Russell Wilson, and they ain't even practicing no read options or no design runs because they think it's just gonna be Russ, and he's not mobile no more, right? What happens is you start Russ, see what he can do, and then late in that first quarter or that second quarter, here comes Justin Fields all of a sudden for a couple of plays, design runs that you ain't ready for.
I'm gonna give you this, Mel. You pulled the rabbit out of a hat with that one, right? But what make you think somebody getting paid ain't doing the same thing?
Yeah, good point.
Hey man, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you guys tonight. I love y'all. Ladies,
I'm proud of you, bro.
You know what I mean? I gotta go.
Hey, go do your thing, E. Have fun.
I wish y'all the best.
For sure.
Shout out. Go check out Sports T. Go check out Sideline Speaks, Cowboy Spit, what is it? Motor City Roar.
And Zoe social media.
Check out Kingdom Come. And whatever Zoe is doing, find whatever that is out. And then go support that too.
His X account. Go follow his X account.
Yeah, please
do that.
Not the XX account, but his X.
Follow that one too.
I'm out, man. God bless y'all.
Peace, E.
All right, E.
He about to.
I think if you're Mike Tomlin, you're smarter than the move that you're making right now. I know when the season started, we was like, if one of these quarterbacks is at a certain record, then you go with the other one. Unfortunately, circumstances had to put Justin Fields in the starting spot, but Justin Fields got you to 4-2. You know what I'm saying?
He sure did.
And then you only played Russ with the ones in practice this week leading into this game. There's no chemistry amongst him and the ones. The snap count is going to be different between the two of them. The play style, like you said, Justin Fields is more mobile than Russell Wilson is. So now the line has to move different. The blocking schemes is different. And you're throwing that into, you're throwing a wrench in the system that is clearly has been working, that has you 4-2. And I believe second place in that division. Right? So
who's in first?
Tied for first. Yeah. So Baltimore. So you're tied for first with, and I don't understand how Mike Tomlin, I know you said at the beginning that Russell Wilson was probably going to be a starter because that's experience, right? But through 6 games, Justin Fields has showed you I can win games.
You know what you got there. You know what you got there. See what you got with Russ, because both of them are 1 year signed. And not only that, you have an opportunity to, if you lose this game, cool. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The Browns and Bengals ain't going nowhere fast. You'll be fine. You're still in prime position for a wild card, and you got Baltimore twice. You got Baltimore twice, so if you take care of your business, you'll still win your division. So this game really is it literally is an extension of the preseason for Russell Wilson. They have nothing to lose. Pittsburgh has nothing to lose with throwing Russ out there this game.
But this is not a game you switch.
And not only that, like, no disrespect to nobody or your team, he could have waited a week because next week they got the Giants. He could have put Russ out there against New York.
I would have played against the Giants. I wouldn't have played him this week.
Do y'all think Justin Fields is doing enough to where some of these schools, like some of these teams, like you got Baltimore, you're gonna have teams that you get ready. That's like Justin Fields, right?
Yeah.
Do you think he's doing enough to get over these more offensive power teams later down the line?
Britt, what's his record right now?
4-2.
I know what his record is.
There you go.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be real.
But we're questioning Mike Tomlin. Like, Mike Tomlin is a good coach, right?
I'm gonna be real honest with you.
Off what he has.
I don't have a problem with Mike Tomlin, what he's doing and what he did. However, if I'm the Browns front office, I'm calling Mike Tomlin like, man, look, just give me Justin Fields right now. Give him to me right now.
That wouldn't hurt me.
We could do a trade in the locker room.
It's just interesting to me that we're talking about Mike Tomlin, right? So if he's if he's so willing to put Russ out there on the field, that's telling me that maybe he's seeing the writing on the wall with Justin Fields. Maybe he like, you're capped out. You're not. I'm just saying, we're talking about a good coach. This is not Nick Sirianni that we're talking about. We're talking about a good, intelligent coach, right? Do we all agree on that or not?
Absolutely.
You know
No,
what I'm saying?
Tomlin well respected.
Listen, good coaches make bad
Extremely
decisions all the
respected.
time.
Nah,
I'm
man,
not disagreeing, but I'm
I don't
I'm
even
not
think it's a
disagreeing
Mike
with that.
Tomlin decision all the way. I think that, and one might want to go back and study what that trade that they did for Justin Fields, because it was a trade. If he reached certain parameters, does that mean that pick was it a conditional pick or whatever? So you don't want him to cap all the way out. You get what I'm saying?
It makes sense.
My
Yeah,
biggest
but when
thing
you watch
is,
Justin Fields on the
he didn't make it,
on the field, he don't look that great.
and that was the problem to me. Like,
If
I
you
think
see
that's
Russell Wilson in his last year, he didn't look that
he
great.
didn't look great, but you know what?
No.
Last
Last year, Russell
couple,
Wilson actually looked
I'll
real
take the
good.
last couple
The last couple
games
of
over
games-
anything Justin Fields did
games.
this year. He don't
The
look
thing
good.
is, and I love Justin Fields. I always think that he got a raw deal in the Chicago as far as
I
given
agree.
the opportunity. But he said it. They asked him about it. How do you feel about Russ coming back and starting? And he said, honestly, I'm not mad at it. I didn't make it undeniable that they had to start me when I had 6-game opportunity to do so.
That's the right answer. You're not.
That's the great answer.
You're not going to say I feel like I deserve to still be the starter because then you're going to cause.
Take that
But
job.
you know what? Even though it's the right answer, it's also the correct answer. He did not look amazing. Yes, they are 4-2, but a lot of that 4-2 was against, the first game that they won was against the Falcons, who didn't know what they were doing the game 1 of the season. Kirk Cousins was taking snaps out of the pistol. Like, he wasn't even doing play action stuff.
Through 6 games, Justin Fields got you the third best case scenario out of 6 games. You know what I'm saying? So, and you got to think, like, has Pittsburgh been entirely healthy for him to have a full arsenal to do anything with anyway?
Well, this is what it boiled down to, in my opinion. It's not the results, because they got their 4-2. You can. I mean, you're not turning the ball over. We didn't lose because of you.
Mm-hmm.
You actually helped us win some games with your legs and sometimes with your arm, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the results. This is what Mike Tomlin is trying to do. He's probably getting complaints from that receiver room. I just looked it up. George Pickens is their number 1 receiver. He's been targeted 44 times. He only caught 26 of them. That's not because he don't have hands.
No, not
that's because them balls are selling sometime, and he's getting frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
After George Pickens, I think that's good for like number 24th in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, maybe 20th, right? In the top 50, there's not another Pittsburgh receiver. It's tight ends, it's number 2 receivers, number 3 receivers, all in the top 50. It's some teams that got 3 receivers in there.
Good point.
It's just one guy in the top 50, and he can't even catch half of his balls that's thrown to him.
Now
They're frustrated
for Pittsburgh.
Huh?
Go to rushing yards for Pittsburgh.
Oh,
he's a leading rusher too. So now you're gonna be stuck with Najee Harris.
Najee hadn't looked bad this year,
but Warren is healthy again now too, though.
Warren,
is he healthy? That helps. That helps tremendously. Because
I
if you
guess
just
for
stuck with
me-
Najee Harris, nah.
I guess for me, like, you had 6 weeks to
Mhm.
literally take the job,
Take
and
the
he did not
position.
take it.
He ain't
You-
take
you
it. He
didn't
played
take
well
it.
enough to win.
And coaches
He
is
didn't
Got
take
you.
it.
I understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
but at the end
And
of
we're
the
not
day,
going to neglect the defense.
end
It
of
was
the
one
day, they
game in there the
4-2.
defense was scoring more points.
at the end of
One
the
of
day,
those
they
games was
4-2.
defense.
And you definitely don't take a quarterback out after you done won 30-something to 14.
Yeah, but
Hey,
if you,
look,
if you
at
can't
some
throw the
point
ball
you got to play
downfield,
football. Yeah, but at some point the coach got to say, look, man, play freaking football and stop being a prima donna and asking for the ball. We're winning, right? Trent Dilfer got the Baltimore Ravens to the Super Bowl and they won it. And then they was like, well, let's see if we can find a better quarterback than Trent Dilfer. And they never went back to the Super Bowl with that squad again. Right? It took some years.
Flacco went.
When Flacco came, that was a different squad though. But but my point is this: if it's working, work it. Don't change it up because you're trying to get something better. Like you look, my boy Bird uncle told me a long time ago, you never leave for show pussy for more pussy because you might end up with no pussy.
I mean, that's the song.
If it's right there and it's working, and I mean that's what it is. I'm sorry, but
let me ask y'all this:
It's just infected.
Does does Russell Wilson have the same window that Justin? Do you give him a 6-game window, or does 6 games put you too
not
far?
If we not if we 0-6, hell, not if we 0-2, hell no.
What's the least?
He got 2 games max. If they lose to the Jets, if they lose to the Jets and he struggles against the Giants, his ass going to the pine.
Gotta go.
I mean, but I don't know. But they won a game where they did not score a touchdown. They kicked 6. It was against the Falcons. They kicked 6 field goals. There's more to be desired on offense. Granted, I don't know if as a coach, if I was the coach, I don't know if I would take Justin Fields out because 4-2 is damn good and more than we expected to be at this
tied for first in your division.
Tied for first in the division. But at the same time,
because it's not guaranteed that Baltimore beats Tampa Bay.
It's not guaranteed.
Right.
No, that is not a guarantee. But let me ask you this: what other first place team is taking out their quarterback?
None.
Just saying.
None.
But to me, that tells you so much.
What does it tell
you? That tells me, does Mike Tomlin really believe in Justin Fields?
That tells
me they got 4-2.
Made a bad decision.
Do you think so?
Maybe he did, but maybe he didn't.
We're gonna find out.
I think
we're about to find out.
I mean, clearly, what we do know is that Russ ain't the quarterback of the future. That's what we do know.
No,
he's not the quarterback of the future. Like he's there now. He's going to be starting this week. But
why are you going to do that? Why are you going to do that? like you didn't have to do that.
I mean, dang.
Is this Jets game weighed a little bit different? Is it buffered because this is Russell's first game of the season? Like, do you have a buffer for this game and then you really start counting the tallies next week, or do you just
count this one and they're gonna lose? They're gonna lose this game, and
they might not though, Jay. I mean, when Andy Dalton came in for Carolina, it was like it was like a jolt of energy for everybody, and it worked for one game, and then the carrots turned into a pumpkin real quick.
Yeah, but you also didn't. When Andy Dalton came in, they also played the same Raiders. They just got smacked by them last week. Like they don't count. And although Devontae Adams was there when that happened, but
Aaron Rodgers wasn't.
You about to see a resurgence of 17. Listen, number 5 is gonna be wide open because you can't just double him no more. This offense is gonna be clicking if he can throw the ball, because the offensive line. You don't fix your offensive line by adding a receiver. That's not how you fix that. That's not good math. But
that's not how math works.
Which is strange. Which is strange because they're only bad at pass blocking because they can run the ball.
Oh, I mean, they got Breece Hall back there. They can
run the ball. So actually, they had the prior 2 games prior to Monday night. The 2 games before that, as a team, they might have had 40 yards combined rushing in the 2 games combined. Like, it was bad. It was bad for 2 weeks. One of those weeks, and I took them on underdog. Breece Hall had 4 yards.
Shout out to underdog. Look, so real quick, who's making more of an impact on their in their new position? Adams or Wilson?
Devontae.
In this game,
Devontae.
I think
I mean, if we look at it, like, just think about it. So Garrett Wilson was what? Your number 1 receiver going up against your number 1 corners. Now he gets to go up against number 2s. That's crazy.
But Garrett Wilson in the slot now.
But can A-Rod get that ball to them again? A-Rod been that arm ain't arming like it used to.
They got a different
arming.
I will say this, and I hate to say this because I really hate the guy, but even without having Devontae, he's been trying to throw to Garrett like it is Devontae, and now that you got Devontae back, it's gonna be like riding a bike for him.
Yep,
with no seat. All right, so let's go to Lions Vikings. Now this is interesting because both these teams look really, really, really good. They both in the same division.
Y'all listen. If I ever seen a whole podcast miss, boy, all y'all talking about the Vikings gonna be in last place, boy, y'all are funny.
Hey, but look, listen, this whole division good, man. Last place is 4-2.
Now there was one person The Bears is 4-2.
4-2. Packers are as well.
The whole division is 17-5. It's the first time since the 1970 merger that every team is over 500 through first 6 weeks of the season. Yeah. Blah blah blah.
Now here go the question. Who before the season started said that this would be the best division in football?
I don't even know who got the. I don't even know if we got the footage on that, Jay. I don't know who said that. Honestly,
look.
Yeah, I think the
So,
footage gone, Zo. I don't think we got it.
Oh no. I know how to archive everything.
I ain't say that.
I don't think it's done on the episode.
Nah, it was
lost.
me. It was me. I said, "Don't worry about it. I'll take all the. I'll take all the guesswork out of it." Mr. Perfect said it.
Who's that?
That's also me. Still me.
Still me.
Listen, focus. Game at hand. Vikings Lions.
Let's go Vikes.
This game will tell a lot.
I never choose the Vikings. Lions.
This game will definitely tell a lot. There's a lot at stake. Sole possession of first place is on the line with this game. It's hard to say.
That man said sole possession. Listen, if Minnesota wins this game, they essentially have a 3-game lead on y'all.
What kind of math is that?
That's not how math works.
No, that's exactly how math works. That's exactly how math
They
works.
beat you once. Did they beat y'all once already?
No. Look, so they'll have a 2-game lead, and right now they'll have head, which counts as the extra game.
That's true too. 2-game lead, head to head, because
That's
y'all
exactly how math works.
That's how math works.
Have a 3-game lead on you guys,
and that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah,
you guys have to win. It's a must win, and I'm picking y'all. And I'm picking y'all, but it's a must win for the Lions.
Dang, 3 games. How you feeling, Chris? Honestly,
I'm not worried, and I'll explain why. Although they are
the real good thing is y'all got to you play them twice because it's division.
Yeah, you'll split it.
Although they are 5-0, it is a 5-0 that I don't trust. I'll explain. Through the first 5 games, they played the Giants, they played the 49ers, the Texans, the Packers, and the Jets.
Dude, you just said 3 good teams.
I was about to say you just made me trust them more.
What 3 good teams? So they played the Giants, which we know who they are. They played the 49ers, who had nobody and only won by a touchdown. The one good team that they did beat was Houston. I give them that one. They almost lost to the Packers,
but they didn't.
They was up by 28 most of that game.
31-29 is the final score. They almost lost that game, and then they beat the Jets, who we know who they are.
It ain't almost. Listen,
and hold on. And then in that Jets game, Sam Darnold almost forgot what team he was playing for. That happens. He wanted to be the Jets Sam Darnold so bad. So, and I say that to say this: you can't go into a game disrespecting them from the jump, right? You respect the record, respect who they are, and play the game as it is, right?
And they got one.
And granted, we did lose Aiden Hutchins for the season. I understand that is a hit, right? So you could probably game plan a little bit different, but Sam Darnold is still Sam Darnold at the end of the day. And I don't think Sam Darnold has seen enough pressure, enough real defensive competition that will make Sam Darnold show us who he really is. He hasn't seen enough through these first 5 games. Likewise with Chicago. Look at the teams that Chicago beat to get to 4-2. Ass.
Chris,
Their 4 wins are terrible.
Listen to me, Chris. Listen to me. And what I'm about to say may shock at least 2 people on this panel. There is, of the teams that are 5-0, I trust the Vikings the most.
You don't even believe that?
No, I definitely believe that. Of the teams that are 5-0, I trust the Minnesota Vikings the most. You better not sleep on them.
No, and nobody is. And I guarantee you, Dan Campbell and Aaron Glenn are not sleeping on them boys.
You can't. They're undefeated.
They're undefeated.
This is why I trust them the most. Like their defense, I think we have a better overall defense than them. but their defense get the ball. They create turnovers. And that right there, you can't score the ball if you don't have the ball. And Jared Goff, we know who he is when he gets knocked off his spot. We know who he becomes.
We know who most quarterbacks are when they get knocked off their square.
No, it's only like half.
There's
only quarterbacks.
There's only a handful of people who can and the play can break down and they can still make something happen.
Make them
Right?
improvise.
There's only less than a handful, right? But
I can name 10 right now.
Let me think.
And I'm gonna tell you this. Right?
I can name 10 right now with no effort.
The same key to what the key was to beat Dallas is going to be the same thing to beat Minnesota. You have to run the ball. They, as good as their pass defense might be, their run defense is not that good.
That's incorrect, Chris. The key to beat Dallas was arrive to stadium. Once you did that, you had their ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take a little bit more to beat Minnesota.
And I think people forget. Just yes, you can.
But understand this: I'm picking Detroit.
No, for sure.
I'm picking the Vikings, and not only am I picking the Vikings, I'm going out on this limb, and the limb is not that thin. Y'all can come with me if you want to. Just let me know who want to come. You coming, Britne, on this limb with me, Zoe? Anybody want to walk? Anybody want to walk out here with me?
I guarantee he's gonna say the Vikings gonna win the division.
In the division?
Nah, I'm just staying with this game. Vikings win the game. Sam Darnold outplays Jared Goff for sure. Clearly.
So here's the thing, Mel. Here's the thing. I'm picking Detroit. I'm sticking with my pick, but that's a limb I'm willing to stand on that Sam Darnold will have a better game than Jared Goff. But I think the key to victory, Chris, you was right there at it. The key is that two-headed pause running back room that y'all got. Gibbs and Montgomery are they really have to.
They'll be there.
And the offense, they got a fantastic offensive line.
We need a Laporta sighting too. We need one of those.
There was one last week. I guarantee you that opened the door. The door.
Yeah. I think he'll stop playing well.
And Minnesota is as good as their defense might be. They're still terrible over the middle. So that's where Sam Laporta will really shine.
Tight end.
Okay, Chris, you've been doing your homework, boy.
They're terrible over the middle.
I can't wait to watch Motor City Roar about this.
Yeah, me neither.
Britne, who you picking?
This nigga said.
I just told you I'll never pick the Vikings. I'm going with the Lions.
So
I will never pick them. But I think no. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
Now I was just gonna say, just to give my thoughts real quick. I'm gonna give the Vikings their credit. I do think they have a decent defense. You know, they got talent on the offensive side, but I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. I just don't want this to be fool's gold again. I think a couple years ago, didn't they go 7-1 and lost in the first round of playoffs? So
they started,
and I know
the last time they started 5-0, they ended up with an 8-8 record.
Yeah.
So,
right. So and just 2 years
that was
ago,
with Kirk Cousins at the helm, who I think is a better quarterback than Sam Darnold.
Right. So let me see a little bit longer, and then maybe I change my mind. But until then, I'm going with the Lions. I just like how the Lions.
Hey, am I crazy? That is a wild take. No, if your head coach's last name is Eberflutz, he will never win the division
or anything else for that matter.
All right, man. So we didn't do so good on time. We right at 3 hours. We were supposed to be at 2, but we'll get better next week with it. But that was a good show.
Definitely a good show.
And the Liberty and the Lynx are going to a game 5. So Lynx just won by 2. So I gotta watch that game.
Has been absolutely insane, bro.
Look, I heard the refs decided it, Mel. I heard the refs decided this game, but we're gonna see. I haven't seen it either.
I'll find out. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm gonna watch this Lakers game first.
It was technically a foul.
I heard it was a shaky foul. Yeah.
It was shaky, but when she boxed out, she kind of wrapped her arms around. That's what they call it.
Somebody in the comments said Bronny starting tonight, so
he played the whole first quarter.
Did he score a point?
Hey, when he dunked, when he finally get a dunk, the arena is going to
lose it. They're going to lose it.
It's a basketball card.
It's preseason. They don't have their starters in there.
I don't think he's going to the G League, guys. I think he's 5
minutes and he's got 2 points.
Yeah, he ain't going to the G League, man. Goodbye, Quincy. But thank y'all for hanging out with us, man. It was a good show for sure. Sideline Speaks. If you want to see more of Britne and her analysis, Sports T if you want to see Dominique, Motor City Roy if you want to see Chris, Kingdom Come for Jay, and Bird Dog Braid Talk for Zoe. It might be a name change though.
Might be a name change.
Yeah, Zoe might be the only show. If Zoe get his stuff together, you'll be the third show on Man Down if you want to be on Man Down, or you start your own channel. I don't know, whichever you want to do.
Yeah. I do.
No, why wasn't I offered a show on Man Down? God,
preliminary probation. Look,
first of all, I didn't want to show him Man Down.
He just threw some words at you. He just threw some words at you. Preliminary.
And what your boy would say, word salad.
Word salad. You don't do some word salad.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Word salad right there, man.
You see what you're doing right now is you're doing the word salad.
That's what we get caught up in is word salad.
For the members, we are going to do a members only show this weekend. I don't know who's going to be doing it with me. Probably Zoe.
Just tell me the time.
But we have to go over our predictions for NBA before the season start, and the first game is Tuesday.
Yeah, then it's about to start.
So,
okay, so we'll do that. We'll work on that this weekend.
Yeah, we'll do that this weekend, and we will be post gaming after this.
Yeah.
So if you're on the Patreon, you'll see us in the post game, and I appreciate everybody for hitting the like button.
You'll get back in that topic that Britne and Chris was talking about.
I don't even know what they was talking about. I don't know what they was talking about. But other than that, man, thank y'all, man. Appreciate it, man. Catch y'all on the next episode. Probably my you see me this weekend for the members only solo show on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then you'll see us again on Friday with the full panel. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.